Hello everyone and welcome to Prestige Encounters. I am your Dungeon Master Salkos, and this is the actual play Dungeons & Dragons campaign brought to you by Prestige Gaming Community. The champions are currently in a ferocious fiery fix, but before we get into the session tonight, we have some announcements to get through. A lot of the RPG music you will be hearing during this session is once again brought to you by Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate is an amazing production group who creates goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music. You can access all their music right now, add them on your playlist on Spotify, watch your videos on YouTube, or ask your Amazon Alexa device to play Midnight Syndicate right now. It begins hearing their wide selection of music. Their album Live Shadows is up and running, so it's all live recorded versions of their music at live concerts, so go ahead and go check them out. If you need more information, you could go to midnightsyndicate.com or use the command !syndicate in our Twitch chat to get a direct link. So once again, thank you, Midnight Syndicate. We also have a coffee sponsor called Found Familiar Coffee. You can go to foundfamiliarcoffee.com/prestige encounters, that's 2 E's in the middle, and get a wide selection of amazing freshly roasted coffee, whether you want single origin or blends. They offer the flavor notes for every single one of their blends or beans that they have, and also help artists with art on every single package that they send to you. Once you have your selection, you can use the code prestige at checkout for 10% off your coffee bean order, full or ground, so whichever you prefer. Yeah, so go ahead and check them out as well. You may even notice that we're missing Sara today. He is currently in Mexico, and we will see him in 2 weeks. Ember,
Mexico.
you have an announcement for us?
Yeah, so as some of you may know, Minecraft just released a new update, the 1.17 update. We have a Minecraft server and we are going to be upgrading to 1.17 as soon as a stable paper version comes out. It's been about 2 weeks since the 1.17 came out, so hopefully we should be getting our server up and running very soon. It's a grief protection server. You can come join us, build some stuff, play some blocks, and that's mc.pgc.gg. We will be notifying you when we actually have the server going.
All right, thank you so much. Elith, I believe the clock is counting down on our Pride merch. How about you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about that?
It definitely is. So if you did not already know, our community, Prestige Gaming Community, we have limited inclusive merch on our Redbubble for the entirety of June. So for the next 2 weeks, we're going to have that in the Redbubble, and I'm going to go ahead and put !Pride. That'll lead to the link you can click where you can go purchase it. And the cool thing about it is that we're actually donating the profits from that to something called the Trevor Project, which actively works to make the lives of LGBTQ individuals better. So it's a perfect way to represent your pride.
Thank you so much, Elith. And Jack, by the way, the link is merch.pgc.gg for someone who may be listening in the future. But on how to listen if you missed the live sessions, Jack, go ahead and tell us about that.
Ooh, well, let me see. You could probably find us in the history books, if you wait long enough. In the meantime, we'll be on YouTube and anywhere that does podcasts. Spotify, Google Music, Apple Music, Telephone, Semaphore, Smoke Signal. All of the mediums. That's where you can find us. Prestige Encounters is the name. Don't just look for Prestige or Encounters. It's 2 words. Prestige Encounters.
Yes, absolutely. And next week, we won't be having a regular campaign session. Instead, we're going to be
I'm taking over.
Yes, so we'll be having a one-shot hosted by Midnight Jack. Jack, you want to give us a little insight of what people can expect?
Sure. We're going to do a creepy little thing that I wrote a little while ago. It's called a night at the inn. A night at the inn. Yes. And fun fact, I believe it's going to feature at least 2 of my DMs.
I'm one. I'm one of those.
Indeed. Yeah.
Oh wait, that's loud.
Yeah, that's loud.
That's so loud.
I'll be doing lots of that, I'm sure. Yeah. But yeah, I look forward to it. It's going to be fun. So, that's what's going to happen next week.
All right, that was something new. Yes, I'm super excited for the one shot because I get to play a character. It's gonna be a real nice time. Okay, well, I don't think we have any other announcements. Am I forgetting anything, guys?
Good luck, have fun, I love you.
We do have a one shot tomorrow at 8 p.m. Featuring a character that we have yet to meet in the main campaign, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We have 6 players lined up for it. Something new I haven't tried yet in, DMing sessions. So yeah, stick around for that. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will see you then. But in the meantime, go ahead, everyone, grab some snacks, grab some drink as we welcome you. Right, we're welcoming you all to session 65 of Prestige Encounters.
Woo.
And welcome back, everyone. So, where we last left off, the champions of Cataran have made their journey to the land of the Giantkin, a secluded area in the far northern reaches of the Fey Wilds. They chose the path of the Fire Giants and met the king of the Firekin, named King Ignis. He informed the champions of their trial set by the path of the All-Father, and no harm may come to them while they are taking part in the trial. Jack and Sarah did some reconnaissance and learned that the plan of King Ignis is to honor the rules of the trial, but immediately following its end, he planned to kill the champions, win or lose. When the time came, Shada stepped forward and with the help of his buddies, keeping an eye out on him, sabotaging the king's work and helping Shada's work himself, and the goddess Tamora as well, he forged a new artifact. This item was titled Tamora's Avenger, and it won the challenge with the Silent One being the judge. After judgment, the Silent One disappeared with the artifact and the Fire Giants became enraged. The party immediately began their retreat as the Fire Giants began to attack them. Some of you are quite bruised, but that is where we last left off. So, champions, you are currently... Yes. You are currently dashing out of the temple into the metal walkway far above the floor of this hollow volcano where these fire giants have made their home. What would you like to do?
Run away.
Keep running.
We're all ahead of the giants?
Right now you are. The smithing trial area filled with lava, so that's like on your tail, but the giants are fireproof, so they're just walking through it. So at this point we're actually going to start a chase, right? So there will be a series of, to remind everybody of how a chase works, there will be a series of checks that you will have to pass. Depending on your success or fail, it determines the outcome of the chase, right? So we will need someone to play Zark and someone to play Sara's characters for the time being. So you guys can choose something that you would like to do in order to help yourselves or hinder the fire giants pursuing you, and I will determine what kind of check comes from that. All right, so to start, who wants to do the first check?
I will.
All right, what would you like to do in order to help you in this chase?
I would like to mount my broom. I would also like to equip Sara as well, if that's possible.
Okay, you have gained +1 Sara in your inventory.
Thanks.
Okay, but are you doing anything to like help your party escape or slow the giants down?
Would shooting them slow them down?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay. I got a 23.
23, that succeeds. So as the giants are beginning to get out of this doorway, as you guys are about halfway across this metal bridge, these heavy chains hooked to the walls and the ceiling of this cavern, you launch 2 Eldritch Blasts, and the obsidian granite walls of this volcanic area crack, and these 2 large boulders come crashing down in front of the fire giants, right in front of them, and they begin to like push them out of the way. That is a success.
Nice.
Okay. Now, what else are you going to do? Anybody else want to take the next one?
Sure. Oh, unless you'd like to go.
We're still in kind of open cavern area, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. My idea will work better for a more tight space if we find one.
All right.
Excuse me.
Are there any obstacles ahead of us that might slow us down?
Right now, it's the lava fall that falls through the entire center of this cavern, down all the central platforms. That's the only thing you really see. There are 2 paths to the left and right that go down, and then there's the citadel on the opposite side of this bridge.
Oh.
On the opposite side of this bridge?
So yeah, at the very top of this hollowed out volcano, there's the temple where you all came from, and on the opposite of that is the king's castle, King Agnes's castle. And then there's the 2 stairwells that go to the left and right of the central platform to the lower levels.
Okay. Do they look like they might lead towards a tighter passage, perhaps? Probably not, right? It's built by giants.
So you can use your perception to see what you as your action.
Sure. If we can look for like a place where it might be harder for them to chase. So I'm gonna look as we're running, and I rolled a 17.
All right. So you're looking around this cavern as these boulders start to hurl themselves, or hurled at the party, kind of dinging off the metal bridge. You guys manage to dodge out of the way, but you notice down the left path, through the heat and the fumes, there is some sort of tunnel that leads out of this area, the city that you're in.
That way. All right.
Yeah, that'd be pretty smart.
Yeah. So I'm gonna point in that direction and urge everyone on. And I'm using my 90 feet of movement to just sort of, being that I can run a little bit faster than everyone, I'm actually going to spend that movement sort of hovering around, looking for more possible threats to our progress. That's what I'll be
Okay.
doing.
All right. Who's next?
Are we in the tunnel at this point?
You guys are currently making your way down the staircases.
All right. So, wait. The tunnel is next.
Oh.
It's coming. Yeah.
All right. As soon as we're in the tunnel, Shadow would want to close it off with shatter any rubble.
Okay. So you have a little.
That's
bit...
what I was thinking of as well. But before we get to the tunnel, I can cast Hypnotic Pattern behind us.
Oh, that might be useful too.
Okay.
I just.
Is there anything else that anyone wants to do?
So
with
if I
this?
go next, I'll go next to do that to cast Hypnotic Pattern behind us.
Okay. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay. 21.
All right. Yeah, that is also a success. As you are like running, you notice that these other giants are starting to come out of the homes and the other areas, and they're starting to like charge at you guys. You watch as Kelvin turns around and with his hand movements and some magic words, a flash of light happens. You see the flash past your vision. Kind of like when your back is turned to the firework, you see it like bounce off the walls. But suddenly there's less people pursuing you, and you watch these giants as you look back, Jack, are kind of just like staring into the sky, like wobbling slightly, like someone who's trying to act like they're not drunk, but you know they're totally
Good
trashed.
stuff.
Yeah. So, cool.
Good stuff.
All right. So now you guys are about the mid-level. You're now running down this the street where there are large dwellings on both sides of you. What would you like to do?
Last dwellings on both sides. Okay.
How wide is the street, roughly?
It is about 30 feet wide.
Okay. Don't mind me.
Okay, is there an alternative path, like an alleyway, that might lead in the same direction?
So make a perception check.
Sure. I'm actually looking for an opportunity to misdirect and make them think we head off in a different direction. 7.
Okay.
7 for perception check, so not bad.
As you're kind of running, more boulders are being hurled at you guys. It's kind of hard to see what's going on, so you just keep the party moving straight. At this point, there's going to be a volley of boulders coming at you guys. So I'm going to roll that. Okay. So collectively, the party is going to take... There are 6 of you. And okay. So you all take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as these boulders are hurled at you. So
And I will use my reaction to use Uncanny Dodge, I suppose, and evade a little bit of that, sure.
Alright.
Don't.
So that round was a success overall. Time to move on to the second one. You guys get 3 things that you get to do during this round, okay? So who's going?
I was wondering if Sarah could give inspiration to either the team or someone.
Yeah.
What do I roll for that?
They roll a d10 when they do their check.
When it happens?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then
So
that'll happen.
Who are you
We'll do a
choosing?
little song. Who's going next?
How close are we to the tunnel?
You guys are, after this round, you'll be at the tunnel.
All right.
I want to go once we get to the tunnel.
Yeah.
So did-
so
Shadow.
3 of you get to go, and going now doesn't stop you from going the next round. But you guys
Sure.
have to do stuff this one.
Okay, so I'd like to look for a way to just very quickly misdirect them to think that we're going anywhere but the tunnel. Is there any opportunities to do so on the way there? Perhaps.
Make a deception
I
check.
Okay, deception check. Wonderful. All right. Just sort of like use prestidigitation to discolor an area or something like that. 25 deception check.
So
Knock some more stuff over.
You notice as you're running that there is a like an alley, and you manage to direct the party quickly around a corner, but knocking over some items in this alley in the process. And you watch as your you turn this corner. The giants seem to be confused for a moment as to which direction you went. You managed to break sight for a moment. So that is a success.
I would like to cast invisibility on 4 people in the party. So let's see, myself, probably Kelwin, Shada, and Ella.
Yeah, I don't have it. I think Sarah has his own.
He has greater invisibility.
Yeah.
Which only lasts a minute.
Nice.
Still.
So, Emmer, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Arcana, you got it. 19.
All right. So you managed to make the party harder to see, choosing the less stealthy ones, instinctively, and boom, less noticeable. Okay. I need
Very
one
good.
more check from someone.
I have an idea. Guys, we're running. I scoop up little pebbles and things, and I use my magical tinkering to make them emit a sound of like breathing heavy. I'm gonna chuck them down alleyways that we pass. Maybe confuse the enemy as they're chasing us.
Make a deception check.
Okay. Deception. Well, let's see how this goes. A 10.
As you're kind of lobbying these things, you notice as that the giants have caught back onto where you are currently located, and they're back on the pursuit. That is a failure. All right,
Ooh, damn.
next round. You guys are now reaching the lower reaches of this whole cavern. You've been running for quite some time. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Natural 20. 21.
Nice.
I'll roll Zark's.
All right, so
Thank goodness.
Kelvin got a 23, Ember got an 11, Zark got a 21. Elif, can you roll?
I got a 6.
Can you roll Sara's as well?
Yeah, just same thing.
Ella's riding a broom. Does she have to
So
roll
you
a con
both-
save as
You
well?
rolled 6 for both.
Oh
Actually,
no, he got
you guys-
17.
No, you're riding a broom. You don't have to do a con save. You have a sweet ride. So Ember,
Nice.
you get 1 point of exhaustion for this last round. Well, until you clear it. So you guys, your chests are burning. It feels like your lungs are about to burst. Jack, you're fine. You're just going for it. You know.
Pace yourself.
But now you've reached this tunnel. It stands about 30 feet tall and 20 feet wide. And it seems to, it goes about 60 feet in the distance and then turns a corner and then just darkness. What would you like to do? Giants are chasing after you.
Turns the corner and it's just darkness.
They need to do their boulder lobbying as you guys are about to enter this tunnel.
Oh.
Because why wouldn't they?
So remember, they can't see most of us.
They're thrown in the general area of the people that
A disadvantage.
Yeah, so
They get to hear us, maybe?
I mean, they can
They're
see something.
covering the area, straight damage.
Alright,
Yeah.
so that is gonna be alright, so everybody's taking 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
No, we.
I would
That's
like to
the
go
same
next
as last
when we
time,
have an
right?
opportunity.
What? What, Elif?
I would like to go next when we have the opportunity.
Sure. As you guys are entering in the tunnel, Elif, what would you like to do?
I would like to cast darkness on my broom,
Um,
and it says that
That's
it's
it.
supposed to emanate a 15-foot like circle ball of like pure darkness.
Okay. Does darkness move with you, or?
If I cast it on the object. So
Yeah,
if I
those are
cast
the
it on the
objects.
broom, it'll emanate from the broom.
All right. So go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Very intuitive.
Oh my goodness, I got a critical 1. I got an 8. No way.
no.
Oh no.
So a natural one. A natural one doesn't necessarily mean failure. You still have Sara's inspiration that you can reward to someone. I'm just letting you know for your benefit.
I would like to do that. I would like him to sing me the tune, just keep swimming.
Yes.
Roll a d10 and add it on.
Very deeply. Okay. Are you joking? I got a 1.
All right. So you kind of quickly, get out the components of your spell, and then as you're like trying to cast it, you fumble and they fall out of your hands, and they're just like bouncing the opposite direction of which you are
Just gonna
flying
scream.
away from you. So that is a failure. All right, who's going next?
I did say I wanted to cast like shatter at the entrance.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
All right, it's not a great check for me, but might as well try. 17.
All right. As
Nice.
you are running into this further into this cavern, Shada, you summon your not your falchion. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. You summon your sword, and you I'm just so used to it. You raise it, and the shadows coalesce around you, and the sound of thunder just shoots out, and these rocks come tumbling down. Yeah, and the giants are hindered. That's a success.
Woo!
All right, and last check. Who wants to go?
What's our status now? How are we looking? Oh, let's hear it.
Thinking maybe Sarah could do a little song of healing for the group.
You can only do that during a rest.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it takes some time, right?
then I don't know what else he can do.
So is the whole thing like collapsed behind us, like the whole thing?
A large portion of the tunnel, but these are also giants. So you guys have one failure and you have one success. For this round, you get another one.
Okay.
I could
I'd
help.
like to look for ways to just keep the group discreet.
Yep.
Just keep us not noticed. So I'd like to just look for the shadowy out paths and then guide the group along. Thanks to my.
There you go.
vision.
So can you repeat that for me, please?
I would like to look for really stealthy ways through to try to go unnoticed by the giants, because by this point we need to not have them follow us anymore. So I'm looking for particularly shadowy places and guide the group through thanks to my dark vision.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check.
I will do that. 23.
All right. So running through this, you're kind of like instructing the party on how to kind of blend in with the shadows with you, and that is a success.
Nice.
Soon as you guys continue down this path in this winding tunnel, you no longer hear the footsteps of giants behind you, and after a moment you hear the yell of a very angry King Ignis reverberate around the tunnel. And that ends the chase.
Woo! Got away.
I did
Nice.
it. Okay.
I would say that I'm tired, but
We beat Subway Surfers.
I doubt we'll be invited back.
rough chase though, guys. So now what?
Well, we should probably figure out if we're even going the right way. We
Well,
were on our way up to the cliffs, weren't we?
Yeah.
yeah.
We thought we could go through their land. Are we back out where we came in?
So you are currently in a tunnel opposite of the one that you came in. The one that you came in on had like various archways and works of art, like as a grand entryway into this. This seems to be different and more like just the tunnel that you ran into.
Gotcha. At least we made it through instead of going back. That's good.
Well, should we split up and try to find a way out, or should we like stick together and just follow the tunnel?
Probably sticking together would be the right idea. You never know at this point.
Yeah.
All right. So can I get a marching
Just
order?
if-
please?
direction, sure, I'll go up front if unless anyone else would like to. Well, perhaps if we can march abreast, there'd be 2 up front. Someone with good eyes.
Zark will go up front with you.
Wonderful. Okay, Zach. I know you're human, but perhaps you can help me out with some of the footprints. There's a footprint right over there. Yeah. No, over there.
All right. So,
Shadow will go in the back.
okay. So can I get a perception check from the one in the front and the back, please?
Sure. Perhaps I could assist. No, I'm going to go ahead because Zark's probably blind as a bat in the dark.
I mean, he's got advantage.
Oh, does he? Too
Yeah.
late. I rolled a natural 1.
Hmm.
Unless, yeah.
Wow.
What's he rolling?
Both of you roll
Another
natural ones.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Too bad we're not doing a dice giveaway because you've already given out like twice by now.
Oh,
So,
that's a
as
shame.
you all are walking through this tunnel, you have absolutely no idea where you are. You don't know how many turns or twists, the elevation that you're at. Completely disoriented in this tunnel. But you're treading along. Regardless, what would you like to do?
I'd like to roll a little pebble. Does it seem like we're going downhill or uphill
You don't know.
at this point? Okay, so I'd like to take a little pebble if I can and just sort of roll it one way down the tunnel and another way, and see which way it slides. See if it slides further one way or the other.
So
Just to kind of throw,
you
toss it
roll
with
this-
equal
You
force.
find the roundest one that you can find, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, I mean, a pebble's not gonna roll.
No, so
necessarily.
if you'll allow it, perhaps with prestidigitation, I can manifest just a little marble, just
Sure.
non-magical
So
trinket, right?
it
Just
does. So
yeah.
as you're walking one direction, you put the marble down, and it begins to roll back the way you came. So you're currently going
Mhm.
upward.
Uphill.
Okay, that's probably good news, actually. There's a lot more down than there is up. Or so I would like to imagine. Okay, well. Now, the next question. Oh, sorry. Just one last question is, does it look like this was formed volcanically, DM? Does this look like it was, are there any running streams? This is a lava, right? Lava flow, isn't it?
So you are.
We're in a volcano, right?
You're in a volcano, but there's no active lava flows that you're seeing.
Okay.
Is everybody doing okay? Anyone in dire need of?
I could
Zark.
probably do with patching
I'm a
up.
bit hurt.
Zark's a bit beat up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm hurting pretty bad here.
I don't have a lot of healing, but one thing I can do is magically put you to sleep. For about 10 minutes, and it'll feel like you took a longer break, like an hour nap.
Mm.
I could do that for 3 people.
That wouldn't get rid of my exhaustion, would it?
I think you have to have a full rest and eat and sleep for that. Does that sound right?
You need a full rest.
Yes.
If it helps, I can do that.
I can't get it to stop. Okay. got
Oh,
it.
it's raining outside.
I don't know what's wrong with this, guys. My computer's messing
Doing
up.
its own thing.
Uh-oh, I think it's the lava flows.
If
Oh,
it
no.
was, you guys would
Yeah.
be screwed.
Yeah. If it's just Kelvin, if you have some way of healing, magically healing, I would certainly accept it. As would Shadow, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can do a little of that. Let's see, where did it go? Is that are we gonna have to pass on the catnap then for now?
Don't know.
The what now?
I think you could. Yeah, I get. You could probably heal more that way if we don't mind stopping
you
for
know,
10 minutes.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah, like I said though, I can only put 3 people to sleep that way.
Okay.
Are you guys setting up
You
You
camp?
probably couldn't put me to sleep.
Wow. I feel like we should get out of here before we try to camp. I know that we're hurt, but
Mhm.
I don't
It's just
really
10
feel
minutes,
like
right?
this is a safe area.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
10 minutes.
right, like,
Okay.
yeah,
Let me breathe there.
that's a
I
good
can
point.
I'm gonna drop Sarah off while they're having this discourse. I know that you guys said we have to be like resting for him to do his little song. I know that he has talents. While after that though, I'd like to go up high and like do perception check maybe and like keep an eye out on the tunnel.
So this
How
tunnel is
high up does
only
it go?
about 30 feet high at the current point. It's wavering between 20 to 40 feet. By this point, it's like 30. Fire giants are only about 18 feet tall. The tallest one you saw was King Ignis. He was like 19.
Okay.
Okay.
So I recognize this might not be the safest place to do this, but it is faster than taking a
Take a good
uh,
nap.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't even try it with me. It wouldn't work on me. But I'm sure anyone else would probably benefit from it. Shadow looks like he's in rough state.
So you're taking a short
Mhm.
rest?
Well, this is a spell I can do called Catnap.
Okay.
I give the benefit of a short rest, but within 10 minutes time
Right,
instead
so
of
you're
an
taking
hour.
10 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything that you guys want to do during this 10 minutes?
How many people can take this catnap thing? Sorry.
3.
Okay.
If I had my other spell slot, I could have done 6 people, but I used the other one.
I'll
Yeah,
go
that's
make
fine.
a perception check, by the way.
Can Zark be one of the people to take the catnap?
Yeah.
Because he really just needs 2 points. Yeah.
I'll keep a lookout. So I'll totally take some perception checks if you need.
Alright, go ahead as well. So,
Okay,
Olive
so we have Zark and Shada.
Jack make perception checks.
Sure.
What's our ranger's hit dice?
I believe
Is
they're
it a
D8s.
I got
They're
it.
Okay.
10.
Okay,
13.
15. All right. So as
13.
These 3 are resting, does anybody else want to do anything?
Who's the third person that's resting?
No, that's you guys. That's
I got Shada and Zark.
so his hit die are D10s plus 2, and he has 10 of them.
Oh, they're D10s. Okay.
Yeah, D10s plus 2. So we have Zark, Shada, and who else? You know, we'll just give it to Sarah because Sarah is at full hit points.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
This is good to know.
Can it put somebody who is
Ember, did you
elven to
want
sleep?
any? Did you want to do a short rest, Ember? You don't have to do 3 people, right?
Right, it's
No.
just the most efficient use of it.
Yeah, you know what? I might as well because it'll get me some hit points back, and I can get spell slots back. So.
All right. So,
Okay,
as
there you go.
these three are resting, you're keeping an eye out, and Jack, you hear footsteps up ahead in the direction that you were going. Not loud footprints by the like the giants would, but ones that are generally softer. Zen, would you like to
Coming or
describe
going?
your character?
Oh.
Sure thing. All right, so my character is named Aldrich Willows. He is a high elf. And he has some scales going from his shoulders down to his arms. They're gold because he is a draconic
Sorcerer.
Yes, he's of draconic
Nice.
ancestry.
But you guys don't know this because you haven't talked to him yet.
Yeah, but sorry, that seems kind of.
I mean, the scales are
They're prominent. Yeah, that's what
I
I'm.
know
Noticeable.
I know what to ask
Yeah.
about.
So it's an elf.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so this elf is like walking in a direction, kind of stumbling, like tripping over a rock here and there. Seems to be a little lost.
I reach for my blade. I don't draw it yet, but I reach for it and hold it tight. Hold on there. Hold tight.
Oof.
Do you know where you are? You're not coming for us, are you?
Well, no, I'm on my way looking for the oracles of this place, of the Feywild. Not for
Chum,
you,
Come
unless
over
that
and
would be
stand
You're
by Jack.
you are
Uh,
walking near a very dangerous place. There are fire giants right behind us, pursuing us, and will surely kill us, and probably anyone that looks like us.
Ah.
I would advise you don't walk in this direction and turn yourself right around. How long have you been walking down this tunnel?
quite a while. Enough to get from point A to point B, but I suppose I haven't really reached where I'm looking for, as I've yet
Well,
to.
if
Hmm.
perhaps
You're probably not trying to go. Yeah. You're probably not trying to go right into the fire giants' lands, though, which is where you're headed.
yeah.
I see.
Has it been a while since you were outside? Do you know how far it is from here to the exit? Because that's
No.
where we need to be.
I'm not familiar with it, but I would appreciate if you would perhaps help me find the path that leads to the top of Mount Jotun. I'm looking for the oracles there.
Oh,
Jotun. Is that where we're going? Fire Giant's place.
sounds familiar, yeah.
Someone didn't take
Huh?
notes during a previous session. Yes, that's where you guys are going.
Well, as it happens, you're in luck. We're going the same direction.
Well,
And if our luck continues, which it hasn't, we may have an even easier way to get there once we emerge from this place.
is that so? Well, I would appreciate it if you would allow me to tell along with you and your band.
Mm,
I have no objection, and I'll look around. What about you, Lord?
I'm looking at Jack like this guy.
we don't know anything about
We
him.
don't know anything about
actually-
this guy. Can we do a huddle? Come here.
Wait,
Come here, guys.
I don't know anything about you guys either.
Cowan, do you want to be in the circle or not?
Yes.
Okay, come here. So
Okay, thanks.
this guy, what are we gonna do? Jack, you want him to come with us? He's looking for what? An oracle? Is that what he said?
Something like that. Look, he's
What's
an
an
ancient
oracle?
body. I don't
Is
know.
that like
We'll
a
find
fortune
out.
teller?
Probably.
Apparently, Oracle is where we're headed too. At least that's what the weirdo with the mask said. I think.
Excuse me over there. I hear you're speaking of the oracle. Do you not know of the oracle?
No, I don't. Unless I
Ah.
should.
We're apparently.
Do you not know of the Muffin Man?
We're apparently going there. We're just.
Okay, here's what I think. I think
Okay.
we're gonna let this guy tag along with us he needs to maintain a distance behind or in front to be bait for the giants next time we do encounter them.
Oh, good gods. Well,
Am I in earshot of this?
Make an insight check.
Make an insight check. All right. Oh, I am the roll 20 for this. Actually, my bad.
Elif, I appreciate that you're suspicious and that you're careful against deception, but
Well, think
I
about
don't
it.
know.
He just showed up. We just escaped the giants. He just showed up out of nowhere. He's stumbling on little rocks. He's talking about some oracle. It's kind of fishy. Look at the scales on his arm. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
You think he's a
For all
fish?
we know, could be the Feywild brewing with us again.
I
From
caught
the
that. I
giant.
caught that, Colin.
Thank you.
Could be. Or he might not. So I think as far as I'm concerned, either he's definitely not with us and therefore out of sight, out of mind, or maybe he's an asset, maybe he's a liability, we don't know. If he's a liability, we deal with it. If he's an asset, then it's just as well that we brought him along.
I say I gave my input on the distance rule. I have said my piece.
That's fair. How about this? I think you're onto something. If you keep an eye on him from a distance, you could probably pin him with an Eldritch Blast from a good distance away, couldn't you?
That's true, and you know I've been itching to use Vampiric Touch, successfully. So
Okay. Well, that would be that would be a touch thing, wouldn't it? Well,
yeah.
I'll
But
keep
just
an eye on
in
him.
case, in case he comes charging, I think it's a good idea. Yep.
I'd like to think I can sniff out a killer if there is one in our midst, and he'll walk with me. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have some cool abilities, Elif.
What?
Sorry. Oh,
She has cool abilities.
I'm getting sidetracked, but I said you had cool
thanks.
abilities.
You know, I think so too, but we'll talk about that later.
Right.
All right. I
I'm
rolled
gonna
an
turn
8 on
to
that
the-
insight.
No, you don't hear it.
Okay.
So I'd like to turn to the elf in our midst. What's your name?
Aldrich. Aldrich Willows.
Aldrich. Well, it's nice to meet you, Aldrich. I'm Jag.
Is that
Let's-
Aldrich with an O?
Aldrich with an I.
I see. Well, if you don't mind,
Aldrich.
let's. We have a distance to cover, and we have pursuers behind us. We don't know if they're still onto us or not, but the longer we stay here, the more noise we make, the more likely they'll catch us. So,
Am I still napping?
At this
Yeah.
point, you guys wake up.
sure.
Just a magical alarm clock goes off. I don't know.
What's going on?
That was
We have a
interesting.
new teammate. Just
Excuse
we
me.
have an accomplice here.
Hello.
This guy was going down the tunnel back the direction we just came from. He said he's looking for the oracle.
Hmm.
He doesn't seem to realize he was going the wrong direction.
Do you know?
You guys just
who we are?
believe him?
Do you know who we are?
Mm,
Have you ever heard of us before? And I'm gonna detect thoughts on him.
And no.
Are you guys famous?
Are you famous?
Apparently.
I like to
not.
think that we
Well.
are.
Oh,
Depends on where we are.
that's cool.
So I'm gonna detect thoughts and get his surface level thoughts. I'll start asking if
He
he's...
has no idea who you are.
All right, I'm not gonna probe any deeper. Hmm.
All right.
Why are we keeping him with us?
Jack was suggesting that he might be an asset for going the same direction,
Hmm.
and he said he'd keep an eye on him
What can you do?
personally.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I am an
He might be a
experienced
fish.
sorcerer.
Do we? Is that what? Ember, you're not a sorcerer, are you?
No.
A wizard. You do teaching.
Yeah.
It means he studied really hard to get his magic.
Right. Yeah. You put it in the effort and the time.
Zerk's gonna do that thing where he can like study a person for like 5 minutes and find out about him.
Okay.
What is it
So
called?
while
Like, nerdy-
Zark is just intensely staring at this guy,
Okay.
Jack, your shadow kind of like around the edges, it becomes fuzzy as it seems to like vibrate, and you hear the sound of rain and thunder further up the cave.
Everyone.
Can Zark do that? I thought I was the only one that could do that.
Oh, it's you that can do that. Never mind.
Oh.
So I stared intently at this
Maybe
guy.
Shada should do that.
Yeah, I
maybe.
think I might.
I'm going to move forward through the cave
Let me
and see
choose
if I can.
what I'm looking for. Sorry.
I heard you, Jack. Okay, so Jack, you're moving closer, and the sound of rain is getting louder
Mhm.
as you move about 50 feet ahead of the rest of the party. And you see an opening about 100 feet. It's just a dark blackish blue and silvery on spots further ahead.
Okay. Any overhangs, cliffs, anything like that?
All you see is about a third of a football field away is silvery blue dark light from the outside. You don't see anything else.
Okay, there's the exit.
Well, we were a lot closer to the exit than I thought.
Yeah. I'll come back to the group.
Oh,
Yeah, Shadow's gonna try to find out his level after staring at him for a minute.
All right, he's level 10.
Right?
If we're quite done being paranoid, I found the exit, everyone.
I'm never done being paranoid.
That's fine.
oh,
Probably
that-
your life
I-
is long.
Professor.
I guess that answers my question. I was going to ask if you were this paranoid when you met me, which wasn't that long ago.
Take it as a compliment, I suppose.
Well, you're careful. That's smart.
So,
Yeah.
party, what are we doing?
We are proceeding to the exit at their earliest convenience.
All right. So, as you all walk further, you come to a ridge of the mountain, and you realize that you've been walking for much longer, seemingly much longer than you thought, as this thunderstorm is just raging around you from the top of this mountain.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes.
Do you think that means somebody's mad?
Not necessarily.
What's so interesting about it? It's raining.
Is there like a trail on the outside of this at the cave entrance looking thing, or what's?
Yeah, is there a visible way down or a way
Are we
around?
up? Does it go up like a circle around the mountain?
So right now you're on a like you have about 30 feet, and then it's just the end of the side of this mountain.
Can I just go
make
on
a
my broom?
perception check?
Who?
You.
Oh, okay. I got an 11.
All right, so it's kind of hard to see through the rain and the dark clouds that you're pretty close to. You're almost to the elevation of the clouds. But you kind of walk to the edge and you get on your broom, and there is a cliffside. There is another part of a mountain on the opposite side of this ridge that is just a gap. But you do see on the opposite side, you look a little bit closer, but you see this rocky outcrop and then 3 huddled figures underneath.
Do they have 4 legs each?
They
Yes.
do have 4 legs, and it's about 150 feet across. It's basically another mountain, but
I am going to whistle to Sable.
make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
take that over animal handling right now. Let's do it. Natural 20 and okay, 22.
All right. So, yeah, your hippogriff immediately like looks up and begins to like walk to the edge. They notice you now. They are not leaving out from that outcrop. They seem to be scared or something.
Okay.
And as they do, you watch as this bolt of lightning comes cracking like a spider's web, kind of stretching out between you.
Oh.
And then like
So
How far away did you say they were?
retreat about 150 feet, and they like retreat back.
It would appear they're spooked by the thunder and lightning,
Yes.
right.
as
And I
they should
don't-
be.
I don't feel confident flying my broom that far, even halfway, right now with the storm.
Ember.
I could take one person up there right now.
Is there anything magical about the storm? Anything unusual?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, I was hoping the wizard could advise on that one.
Make an Arcana check, Ember.
Oh,
Ember.
can I
His mic is
can I
muted.
try that?
Sure. Ellen.
Sure. Yeah. I'm kind of asking it generally. Like, does anyone see anything magical about this storm? Anything threatening?
Like this.
Sorry, I was. One sec.
So Kellen, 17. You know,
Ember did
lightning
even
and
better.
thunderstorms and weather is all sciences. You're pretty well versed on how these things work. It's strange to you, being at this high of an elevation, that this storm is not cold. You're kind of looking at the valley, and you see the Valley of Frost and the forest. You're kind of directly above the volcanic area, but you can't see that through the mountain. But there's something unnatural about this storm. You're kind of looking and kind of standing in the middle of this chasm that separates you between your hippogriffs and you, and about another 50 feet above, just standing on the air, is the masked figure. And they're kind of just waltzing to themselves in the air. And then they look at you, and they just plummet down into the darkness of the chasm and disappear.
Oh, come on.
There they go.
He's got my thingamajiggy I made.
Anybody notice the rain is not cold as it probably should be?
Or snow.
That's strange.
Perhaps it's humid out.
That's not normal for, this type of climate. Even with the volcano there.
I'm gonna put my hand out and just let the rain touch it. Just let the rain spatter onto my hand.
It's
Um,
rain, it's water.
Cool.
And did
I would
anybody else see the masked figure still around watching us? Did anybody else see that? I'm saying that out loud to the group.
I assumed that we all saw it.
Yeah, I assume we
Okay.
I'll
Yes.
say that Cohen kind of would have pointed it out.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No.
I'm starting to feel a little comforted by that guy.
They,
I'm anything but.
Presumably there's something interesting about us, and that's why he keeps following us around. And if there's something interesting about us, then maybe there's something about us that he's invested in.
so as long as we're
Invested in
interesting.
us. Exactly.
Hey, Salkos.
Yes.
Can I try to recognize the mountain in front of us? Maybe it's Mount Jotun.
Make a history check.
Sure.
There he
While
is.
he's doing that, I would like to turn into a giant bird.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
So a 9. You don't know anything about this area. You're not used to this area. You just know that technically you're not supposed to be here.
Makes sense.
Hey, Zark.
Hello.
You currently have 64 hit points, and I've used 6 of your hit dice. Sorry, 7 of your hit dice.
Gee, what the hell? What did I
You're
miss?
almost dead. Be quiet.
Yeah, you're almost.
And then you took a cat nap.
Yeah.
All right,
But I'm gonna
Ember.
turn into a giant eagle,
Okay.
and before I try and carry anybody, I'm gonna see if I can fly myself up to the
It's kind of
about
across and up.
halfway. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try and fly about halfway, and then
Okay.
turn around and come back.
All right. So go ahead and make a strength check.
Strength check as giant bird. What is giant eagle strength?
If I cast Enlarge Reduce on you and increase your size by 1, how many people could you carry?
That is a good question. I don't know.
Because you'd go from large to huge, right?
I would.
And the spell
I would say you would be able to
multiplies your-
carry 4.
multiplies your strength by 8, I think it says.
That's a 17 strength check.
So the wind
Oh, no.
is like as soon as you cross the threshold of this, the wind just starts to batter at you, and you kind of teeter to the left, and your right wing goes all the way up, and you kind of angle, but you manage to fight through it and get about halfway, and then you said that you wanted to come back, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back and pick up one person. I'm gonna start with Jack, I think, because like his hippogriff noticed him. So I'm gonna
Okay.
take Jack with me.
When I realize that you're doing this to carry people across, I'll go ahead and cast the Enlarge spell on you.
Okay.
I think I'm still only gonna do one at a time.
Alright.
Yeah, that way I'm not like too weighed down and I can still maneuver.
So for your overall passenger people, go ahead and make a strength check. One more time.
So with Enlarge, you'd have advantage on that.
Oh, wonderful. Thank God.
Because that was another natural one. Okay, so, Tornin, yeah, so you managed to get Jack over the wind. Jack, you kind of have to hold on real tight as this wind is like, 30, 40 miles an hour. It is a high when the rain is almost like little needles hitting you in the face and the side. You have to use your cloak, kind of.
I'm keeping my hat like tightly on my head, just like using the brim to disperse the rain before
But
it
you
gets
managed to get across, and you're now under this outcrop where your hippogriffs have been hiding. They look malnourished, hungry, and their feathers are kind of a mess and wet. They're shivering.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to each of them, and with prestidigitation, I'd like to warm their feathers, dry them as much as I can, and smooth them down and calm them. That's what I'd like to do.
They get animal
While the others
handling
are pretty
check
free
with
anyway.
advantage, while Ember go ahead and gets the rest of the people.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ferry them. Nice. I'm gonna ferry them across like one by one, but I'm gonna start with the hippogriff owners. So that was
Shada
Sarah.
and
Yeah. And then I'll get everybody else, and I'll leave the 2 new people till last.
So you get everybody across. Jack has cleaned up the hippogriffs and warmed them up, and they seem to be fine for the time being. Yeah, you guys are all across now.
Would I know what they are? Would I recognize them?
Make a nature check.
I would just like to note that Sarah and his hippogriff are having a very nice reunion. Very wholesome, very sweet. He's baby talking it. The whole embarrassing charade.
We got a 10.
So, hippogriffs are kind of common where you're from. So, not common. They're uncommon to see, but they're like a cougar and the Dakotas. Far
So at
less
least heard of
common
them.
than a cougar in Florida, where you have to like talk to her daughter too. Anyway,
Oh,
anyway,
Okay.
so you've seen them, but like once or twice, so you know what they are. As Sar is kind of like patting his hippogriff, there is a loud crack of thunder. His hippogriff freaks out as like Sar's like mounting it, and it takes off and flies with Sar on it and just disappears into the storm.
what?
Oh,
Oh, that's
Okay,
dangerous.
good.
And just like that, the storm just stops. There's no slow descent. There's no like sprinkling. It just stops.
Ember, you remember what Sara looks like, right?
What?
What?
You know how to locate him. This isn't a biggie. We can locate Sara. Right?
It'll be a lot
I mean-
easier to see now too with the.
Yeah, can we just see him flying around?
So the hippogriff kind of took off and went up and around the mountain.
Booked it.
So he just pieced out on us.
Oh, that might be an
That
issue.
was a funny way for the weather to work. It's like it was waiting for him.
Yeah, the ending of the rain seems rather convenient for sure.
Yeah.
Can I make like a Arcana or something, or like a nature about what the fuck just happened with that storm?
Sure. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Ah, shit. 13.
Would you have learned anything more than I did earlier? He rolled a 21 when we were asking about the
You know
storm
the
earlier.
storm was not natural. It was most likely magical, but that's basically where I was going with that.
Do you think this might have been a test to see us get our hippogriffs back? That masked fella seems to be fairly powerful around these parts.
Speaking of hippogriff, Shada's going to approach Ballista, try to pet her.
She lets you.
Okay.
She's chill. She's chill.
He's gonna take
Yeah.
some dried, I don't know, meat or whatever from rations that he keeps in his bag and then feed it to her.
Okay.
This is really cool that you guys have these.
Well, it was, yeah, they got us this far, or at least they got us a certain way, and then we lost them. I feel like we barely have them.
Yeah, we barely had them, but I miss Ballista quite a bit.
Are they all right?
They're shaken. They've been alone for a little while. They've been scared.
know a whole lot about animals.
Oh, it's funny. I met an old witch. She has my eye. And,
Oh.
yeah, she showed me a vision of these three huddled under a cliff, scared in the rain, and that's what we just saw.
Suppose that means these are people that are important.
Yes, I suppose that's well, one way or another. We are where we are meant to be, or at least where she meant us to be.
So
Can somebody remind me where, like, what the details of the flower, like, where that is?
it is in a
Very
labyrinth to the south.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank
So,
you.
That's
It is dark out with a large, full silvery moon in the sky, giving you full light of the mountain. There is a declining path behind you. Forward, there is a path leading upward and around.
Vote upward.
What about this, or what about this ledge that the hippogriffs were hiding under? It seems like it might offer some protection for the meat.
They have been here for at least a week now, so I'm pretty sure this would be a safe place to camp.
I'm not so sure. It could be that I saw a vision of the future, you know. I don't. There's no knowing if what I saw was in the present or this moment. But
Did you see yourself with
No.
them?
no, just that. Anyway, as I look at the hippogriffs, GM, do they look uneasy around the space? Do they look like they don't want to be here, or do they look comforted by the?
So they seem to have calmed down much more since the storm stopped. But you know, they're just happy to be with you all again.
Okay.
That is
Well,
one
you're
difference
probably
is we're all here. We could keep them safer.
right. Yes, and I think that's yeah, I think that's probably wise at this point. Well,
And we haven't seen
I'm happy to
any-
stay here. Sorry, you said?
We haven't seen any signs of the fire giants trying to pursue us, right?
No,
No, I think we lost them a little while ago.
Yeah. Just make
Yes, this outcropping might serve as well as anything else, and then we can pick this up in the morning if that's what you want. If there's enough room for all of us.
there's enough room for us all right now, so
Yes.
I'll sit down and start casting the tiny hut.
okay.
I'll put a how long does this last? Oh, when we're gonna go to sleep, I'll do an alarm spell around the outside.
Okay.
Are we doing watches?
So yeah, can I go ahead and get a watch order, please?
I can do first.
Okay. Is
I'll do
anybody
third.
joining Elif?
Yeah, I'll join.
Okay, and so Elf and Jack. Who's second?
I can take a watch.
All right, so we have Denton. We have Elf and
Nope.
Jack. Not Denton.
Owen.
Kelwin.
Good try.
Kelwin. And who? I think Zark is trying to say him, but he's muted, so I'm just gonna put Zark.
Why did it mute me? That was weird.
Is everybody joining
Anyway.
Ember?
Shadow can join Ember.
Okay. So to start, we have Elif and Jack as the hut springs into existence. Are you inside or outside of the hut?
I'd like
I'm
to be
outside.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead and make perception checks, either one of you with advantage or separately.
You can do it with advantage.
Well,
Because
thank you.
I'm mostly looking for Sara outside. I'm not really
course.
paying attention to like danger.
$24.
All right. So, looking around, you do see that, like, as everybody begins to fall asleep, that across the chasm, and you're kind of like sitting at the edge of this this cliff with the outcrop, and you're kind of like hanging your legs over the side. From the tunnel on the farther side, two fire giants do emerge, and they see you. One of them picks up a boulder and throws it. It kind of arcs and then lands about 30 feet down below. It doesn't seem like it has the reach. And then they just go back into the tunnel, from whence they came. Elif, you are looking around. You kind of go up the path a little bit around the side. And you hear a voice off to the left. You hear, girl.
I'm looking. Is that you?
You just what you see is a grotesque purplish
Oh my
black face.
Ugh. I'm gonna step back, maybe even fall back. Gross.
Shh. Do not alert your friends. I am here.
I'm going to prepare an Eldritch Blast in my hand.
Okay. You kind of like this bolt of crackling energy that just like forms.
I need some answers.
I'm sure
Give
you
me
do.
some answers.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
I'll shoot this guy.
Give me 5
I'll do
seconds. So you kind of like see this face, and it's like the master has a task for you. Upon your return to the realm of the mortals.
Okay. Or Orcus? Why wouldn't he just tell me?
To the north, there was once a catastrophic event that prevented the master's return. There, you will find a storm forever raging in the center of the valley of the Zauren Mountains. Find the item that needs to be found, and we return it to him. It's like this. It's only a torso that's kind of sticking out of the rock, and it's like a rotting corpse. His head does a like clockwise a full 360. But as it gets to the 180 degrees, it's like its face is upside down. It opens up, and this like just black bile comes spilling out.
Well, that's all over. Well, I guess it's not over my.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, Elif.
Okay. Still definitely confused. Uh-oh, I got an 11.
You are terrified right now. You're considered frightened.
I sure am. I'm just gonna run away, I think.
Okay.
So
and I'm gonna run back down to
see
Jack,
any of that.
and I'm terrified, like shaking, like white.
What's going into you? What? You look like you've seen a ghost. What's up?
And I go and I immediately start writing. I'm just gonna immediately start jotting down what I can remember for what he told me.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna acknowledge what Jack said to me right now.
Okay. You do feel along your belt it's like it's on fire, like you have hot metal being pressed against it. In that book, is like kind of glowing with this purplish light. Jack, you said you're going somewhere?
No, I said I'm going to stand quietly and just make sure she's okay, but I'm not going to intrude while she does this.
And then after I take those notes, I'm just gonna get my bones out in the bag, the hand bones, and I'm just going to pray the best I can. And in that sense, I mean just think and like try to get insight, because I'm still really confused on that, and I need more insight.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Okay. I got a 13.
Okay. Nothing comes to you.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do before your watch ends?
Would you tell me if there's anything I can help with?
No, I don't think this is anything. She's just gonna go inside the bubble. She's just gonna stutter and then go inside the bubble. No more outside time.
Okay. I'm gonna sit out there for a little while longer. Watch. Just make sure the hippogriffs are secure. Just check on them once more. See They're alright.
It'll be fine.
Is there no chance that we can fit them inside?
No. You only can fit 9 people inside a tiny hut, and you have 7,
Yeah.
plus a big, three big bird horses. Oh.
Sure. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. And just I just want to make sure that they're in a secure position, that they're tied. Perhaps like just making sure that they're tied to something. Fastened.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're not fly off again. Or get spooked.
Okay.
And as I do so, can I just have another? I just wonder, as part of my looking around, can I get a sense of where any more threats, like where the giants might be able to pursue from, or any possible passages, any places where a threat may approach from?
Make an intelligence check.
Sure. Just general intelligence. Okay.
Yeah.
Here it comes. 10.
As far as you know, the fire giants were the only immediate threat, and they have no way to get across this chasm, and their borders weren't able to reach you.
Okay, so there's no possible place for predators or anything to creep up on us, like creepy
path
cougars
to the north
or anything
and
like
the
that.
path to the south.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, when it's time for my boots to be over, I'll just duck into the hut. And I believe Shadow was taking second watch.
Me and Zark.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
I'll link you both up. And as I do so, I'll tell you. I should let you know. A couple of the fire giants saw us. Probably we were hard to miss from where they were, but it doesn't look like there's any way they can get to us. They threw rocks at us, but I think that's about that. However, we could be in for more of that. I mean, we escaped from them. I don't imagine they'll let us go very likely. And if King Ignis knows that we're here, he'll likely try to get to us somehow. So just be on the lookout. And if we have to just all wake up and run, then that's what we'll do.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. I'm gonna get some shut-eye. Good luck.
Thanks.
Go inside and lay down and put my head over my ass.
Okay. So Zark and Calvin, you can either both make separate perception checks, or one of you with advantage.
I have a +6, so.
Yeah, I have a straight.
Oh, and I already
zero.
get it with advantage.
Well, cool.
So wait, so how does that work then?
You should roll it, and I'll.
All right.
I don't know. I'll help you. I'll act like I'm helping you at least.
Welp.
So what'd you get?
A 20.
Okay. So looking around, nothing seems to stick out in particular. There are, you see some like large birds fly past. They don't seem to pay you any mind, but overall, you seem to be fine. Fine being.
Okay. Hey, while I am, are we like what kind of area are we in right now? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
A big old mountain.
Big old mountain. Fuck.
It's like a cliffside kind of.
Are there like any trees in the area or anything?
No.
Never mind then. Okay.
So, is there anything that you two want to do during your watch?
I mean,
just kind of chat and like.
Okay.
So your name is Zark, right?
yes.
You guys, known these guys for a while?
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
I've
You seem like
been-
pretty cool guys. That was
Yeah,
a
they have
lot that happened in
Yeah, they have their moments.
So Zark, while you're sitting here having this conversation with Den,
Denton.
Not dead.
What?
Calwin, I will get it eventually. You do hear
It's
a
just part of the
voice
grief process.
in your head. I'm in denial right now. You hear a voice in your head, and you recognize it to be the voice of the cleric in Runner's Wood. She says, Mother Iris, for those of you who don't know, she says, Tark, it's been some time since you've left, and I pray to Shanti this message reaches you.
What? What?
The city of Yorkin has fallen.
Oh God, that's.
And that's all you hear.
What? I like. Do I
you
immediately
okay?
recognize the voice though?
Yeah, you would know. You were
Okay.
a captain at Gunner's Wood, and
Well, yeah, I know that. I meant
You
no,
work
like I mean,
closely
it's
with
not.
Mother
It's not
Iris.
one of those things where I kind of think I know the voice, but
you know who it is.
okay.
The character's not that dumb.
Well,
Oh, good.
I did manage to find my way into the Fey world, so anyway.
You kind of zoned out there for a second. You good?
Yeah, I seen Zark just kind of shakes it off. He just heard a voice in my head that sounds like a. Sorry, I just looked over the map and there's just a giant red X now. I'm sorry, I was not expecting that. Anyway,
It's really funny.
no, I heard a voice from it sounded like an old friend in my head. An old friend of ours.
Like a message? So
Yeah, it was
one of those things.
Yeah, it was a message saying that the town of Yorkin has fallen. I don't
Yorkin?
know yes.
Mm. That's really close to where I'm from. You said that it's fallen?
Yeah, that's what she told me. At least that's what I think the message said. It's still pretty weird that I'm able to get a telepathic message this far away from home.
Yeah, that's pretty
Do
Pretty
you think
crazy.
do you think we should tell the others?
Oh. Yeah, that would probably be good. I mean, certainly don't have to wake them up right now, but
All right.
didn't say anything about like how or
No, it was just a short message simply saying that hoping that this message finds you and that the town of Yorkin has fallen.
You can reply to those messages.
so. Yeah, you you normally get a brief response.
Oh,
That you-
well, I probably missed that opportunity now.
No, she just
or
heard you.
she just heard you talking to me.
She just heard you say like,
Well,
I just heard this message
What?
from this really old friend of mine. And like, it's like when you butt dial someone, but you keep talking and they can hear your conversation for like.
She's like, "What? Really old? What? I'm not that."
I'm not saying old as in old. I'm saying old as in a long-time friend.
Very good. I think it would be funny if she
Yeah.
misunderstood anyway.
She just hears a really old, and that's it.
It's like it keeps cutting out. Like my mic just keeps cutting out. Like a real old that we know. But
Yeah, it's not good though. I mean, I guess at least my dad's not in Retrina still. He's here somewhere, but I mean, all the other people that I met, I hope they're okay.
I don't actually know much about Yorkin, so
No, it was on the other
maybe-
side of the river and the lake from where I lived.
yeah, I've never even made it out of Iosh, so
Is there anything else you guys would
Well,
like to do before here?
certainly have now.
obviously.
Just kind of general chatting. I don't have anything specific.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
All right. So soon it's time to wake up Ember and Shada.
Okay.
And as we're changing, like the watch, I let Amber and Shada know. I ask them, "Do you know anything about the town of Yorkin?"
Does Shadow know anything about the town of Yorkin?
It's the human city that's closest to the land of the dwarves, to Storrn. You don't know a lot about it, but they did occasionally did trade with the Onyx Breakers and the trying to think of who was to that southeast. The Core Bringers.
I know it's a city to the east of Thorm. That's kind of it. You know, business, whatever.
Most people
too.
don't travel to Storm through that valley. It's very dangerous. Most people would get killed.
And it's part of the Sierravale Federation. It's just north of the city that I was living in. And Zark said he got a message about it.
Yeah, I heard Mother Iris in my head.
Mother Iris.
Do I know Mother Iris?
Nope.
Yes.
Does Shadow know Mother Iris?
Nope.
This is no help.
Only
Neither
Aleph.
of them met her.
Oh, the only ones in the party right now who would know Mother Iris are Aleph and Sarah. Sarah's gone. Aleph is asleep.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you, Zark. I don't know too much about that.
I don't know either because I don't know anything about that town. So
Tell him the message, though.
I guess I'll let Aleph and Sarah know in the morning. Oh wait, never mind.
Well,
Sarah's gone. I'll let Aleph know in the morning.
They'll understand the message, though. Apparently,
Yeah.
that town
It's
is
so funny
gone.
because Ellis only sleeps for fun at this point. Y'all don't wake her up.
Wait, do we know that she only sleeps for fun now?
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, she still needs the
Shada
benefits.
and
of
Ember,
rest.
either you can make your perception check separately, or one of you with advantage. Which one are you doing?
Shadow is going to do it at advantage.
Okay.
Will not argue with that.
Okay.
Did you tell us about the fire giants?
Oh, I forgot that because I was worried about the other part.
Oh no. All right, cool.
Misdirection. Okay, so 24. So as you're kind of like keeping out of watch, nothing, attacks you. There is a little bit of wildlife that you see. There is this kind of white scorpion slash spider-like creature that kind of scurries up the side of the mountain and looks at you and hisses. There's like this drool coming out of its mouth, and it goes down. It's like able to walk along walls like a spider would.
Wait, how big is it?
It is a medium-sized creature.
Oh, so it's fucking
my God.
big.
I was about to say
That
that
sounds
I think
crazy.
that's like scorpions can normally, but now I know that it's.
Tyler, you were in the desert for a while. Can scorpions walk on walls like spiders?
I don't really remember them ever doing that. You find them in like rocks and stuff a lot.
Sorry, these were large.
They're both considered arthropods.
This was a large creature.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a lot different.
Oh,
Yeah,
us.
it is.
Holy shit, Ember.
I want to say they can.
Do I know what that is? Can I
make a nature check?
They most definitely can.
So what'd you get?
20.
20?
So, in subterranean areas and caves, these creatures do sometimes have nests. It's called a cave fissure. It's relatively, to a civilian, they are dangerous. But you feel like you guys have nothing to worry about. They're relatively weak, and they prefer to lay traps like a spider would a web inside the mountain rather than outside.
Gotcha. So it wasn't hunting, it just didn't expect us.
Correct.
I'm happy so long as that thing's away from us.
It can't really get us in here anyway.
Even so, I don't like it.
It would be cool to fight it.
By the way, that thing that you made, very impressive.
Was it?
It very, very impressive.
I'm still kind of baffled. I did not intend for it to go that way. I don't know how it won.
There was more magic in that thing than I think you understand.
I mean, if I had it with me, I'd have your
Oh, yeah.
buy it.
I would love to spend some time with it as well, see what it can do exactly, but at least we got out of there alive.
Pardon my interruption and my query, but what are we talking about as far as magic?
You are asleep.
No, he's an
I think.
elf. He only needs 4 hours of sleep.
Ah, that's
Just
fair.
been spectating in silence this whole time.
Maybe he saw the fire giant and can tell you about it.
Did I? I might have.
Nope.
Nope. Guess not.
You
All right.
woke up about midway through Ellison and Jack's watch. You watch Ellis like run into the bubble and immediately like lay down and but that's basically it. No wait, you would have woken up halfway through Tailwinds and Zarks.
Ah,
Nope, you didn't see anything.
right.
Alright, Shadow looks back like, I don't know, we're gossiping. What's your deal?
I don't know. I don't have much to talk about. There's nothing where I come from, and I have very little possessions. Hearing about magical items sounds interesting.
Well,
I made one or two.
you made several.
Yeah. Well, apparently, according to you, Professor, this one was impressive. How impressive are we talking? More so than the sword? Didn't look it.
Well, one of them got the approval of a god, and the other was made with the assistance of a god.
What the hell are you talking about?
You might have had a little bit of help during your trial with the fire giants.
You think that's because of the stuff we put in there?
It might have something to do with Denton's ashes.
Well, did come in use then.
New guy, would you like to see one of the impressive things that Lord Copperstone here has made?
It does sound interesting. Though this one item involving this Denton man's ashes does sound like it would be quite interesting as well.
Unfortunately, that was taken by a masked figure that looks like this.
Was it
And
the strange one that we saw in the lightning?
I'll do a minor image to get like a full 3D like hologram of it, of
Okay.
whatever the dude is. Be like, this person has been following us for a while.
That's pretty.
They have it.
Ah, I see.
If it was that nice, I'm not too happy that that he took it. I'm not happy either way.
I suppose it's in your best interest to get it back then.
Yeah, I'd say so. But what we were talking about, something to show him, right?
Oh, the sword.
Shadow's gonna stick his hand out next to this elf and summon his blade in his hand.
Oh,
So, summoned before you, what you see is a very ornate handle with a large star ruby encrusted into its hilt. The blade itself is a fiery red color, but it looks like there is a fresh blood that is coating the one side of it, and it kind of drips a very viscous dark crimson color.
oh,
The blade, when it was summoned,
Oh.
the kind of seemed to pull these shadows up Shada's arm.
Damn,
And
didn't
then
know we had that
form it.
drip.
So that is what you see.
ah. Well, this seems like a blade of very, very fine craftsmanship, but it seems used quite a bit. Recently, this blood's fresh.
The
Yeah, I
pommel
don't-
is the shape of a bat.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I don't know whose blood that is.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Yeah, that seems seems pretty alarming.
Yeah, but fine craftsmanship, indeed. Because I was the one who made it, of course.
Ah. And you're an experienced blacksmith?
He's the head of the Copperstone clan.
What is that? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with those clans.
Uh,
I come from a very far away place.
you never heard of Thorm?
I don't believe so. I'm somewhere adjacent of the Feywild.
Oh,
Carry on.
Would you mind explaining further what you mean adjacent to the Feywild?
Explain.
Well, of course, the Feywild's a physical place, and surrounding near it, there is other planes, and though there's very, very established areas that would be considered within those planes, there are also areas betwixt them that would be considered, not a part of those planes, but rather adjacent to them. My hometown's near those places. It's been a while since I visited home.
alright. So, it's a lot of words. You're from nowhere. That's what I'm keeping in my head.
Essentially.
Hey, we got things.
Too
we got
much
things,
words.
We got things to do, people. We got things to do and places to be. Give me the TLDR.
So at this point, the sun is rising.
Real quick, DM. Since I have studied somewhat and I do know a little bit about like planar stuff, do I know like specifically what he's talking about? Is he talking about like a shard world or what?
So there are, as you said, adjacent planes that could. So he's within the closest thing that he could say that he's from is like he is from the Feywilds, but it's kind of a realm that comes and goes within the Feywild. It's a very malleable and chaotic existence.
Got it.
It's kind of like, you're from a one-horse town in the boonies, and you're like, oh, I'm from here. And they're like, oh, I don't know where that is. They're like, is that? I'm like, it's like, I'm basically from Orlando. I'm in Orlando Disney World. Like, I'm from here. Instead of just saying that you're from that town.
Yes, I'm from Tennessee. My mother is Dolly Parton and my father is a moon pie. That thing.
It's like that. So, yeah, so at this point the sun is beginning to rise, and the path forward, you do see the masked figure once more standing there.
Forward.
Shadow's gonna yell, "Hey!"
I'm gonna
Give me back this.
like look at him And I'm gonna do that thing where I press my finger to my lips like he was doing earlier.
Okay.
You said
The figure mimics that. Turns their back to you in like kind of a pivot turn. And you notice as they begin to move forward, their feet are kind of levitating. It seems like there's a breeze kind of swirling around them as this dust and whatever foliage has found its way here is kind of like starting to twirl around them as they move forward, like from the base up. And so
I think we should follow.
I think maybe we should and try to catch up. Ballista. Shadow's gonna.
Your hippogriff looks at you. Yeah.
Shadow's gonna try to mount Ballista.
Okay.
My exhaustion is gone now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Everyone's
we've woken
exhaustion
everybody else up.
should be cleared. Yep, everybody's woken up. The bubble's gone. It is a bright, sunny day here in the land of the Giantkin. Expect the weather at a high of 74, low of 63. Clear skies for days, unless some sort of magic cataclysmic event happens. Who knows?
Clear skies with a chance of boulders.
so. It's the morning
Or
time,
magical rain.
Or meteors, who knows?
If so, if it is the morning time and we're gonna do what we're gonna do, I do want to go back up the trail that I was on last night.
Okay.
Right after I get up.
Okay.
Is that the same path that the mask
Yes.
guy is on?
Yep.
Okay.
The apparition looking thing.
It's not there anymore.
The ghoul. Right, he's not there anymore. Is the bile there at all?
Nope.
Okay. What about further up the path? Can I look up there? Is there anything threatening? I'm
Looking for
very
a
interested.
reception check.
Very interested to see what's up there. I got a 5.
You don't see anything up there.
Sounds about
but
right.
The figure kind of like turned a corner and you just watch it like fade away. As you all are walking up this path, the air becomes thinner, and soon you're now like getting to the level of the clouds. It's kind of like a very dense, humid fog. And your vision starts to become obscured, where you can't see more than 30 feet in front of you.
Would a gust of wind move any of the fog?
Yeah.
What is that? Prestidigitation?
So
For
that's
gust of
a breeze.
Do breeze.
You said, will it
not
move any
count?
of the pog?
Mhm.
So
So
when perhaps not something I could use with prestidigitation. Anyone got anything stronger, perhaps? Otherwise, I suppose we'll just keep walking through it.
what if we all prestidigitate at the same time?
I think it would make for a remarkably charming walk, and I think that's about as far as that'll go. But I'm game if you are, and I'll just sort of snap my fingers and sort of light music will play as we prestidigitate our way through.
So
I suppose I could try something. I'm a sorcerer after all.
I'm curious to hear what you would like to offer.
I am also curious.
Yeah,
Mr. I'm a sorcerer.
Did you say sacrifice?
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice?
What do you mean by that?
Sacrifice.
More sacrifices?
What?
So at this point, you guys, the path kind of turns to a kind of like a cut in the mountain. You see a kind of up against the mountainside, a large stone foot, and then like as you look up, it just fades into the fog.
A large what foot?
stone foot.
Oh.
I really wish I had my my familiar.
And then opposite of that is another large stone foot. They're facing each other. There's about 60 feet between the two of them. You guys are about 30 feet back from it.
Is this just like, is the foot connected to anything?
It's up against the
Yeah, it's connected to the ankle bone.
I was
Uh,
say that. Fuck you.
the tarsals. They're called the
Maybe-
tarsals. There's multiple bones. Jesus, guys.
Let me see what's actually required to bring my homunculus
Metatarsals.
back.
Maybe metatarsals. I don't know.
What did you say it was connected to, Salkos?
What?
Ankle bone.
Hey, duh.
They're both like, you're kind of going to this like mini valley between the mountain itself, and they're both facing each other 60 feet apart, and you guys are 30 feet back.
Ah, yes. So, but like up at the top, there's nothing. It's just like
You
smooth.
can't see that far because the fog from the clouds.
Oh, the fog from the clouds. Those must be pretty tall then. Maybe. It's interesting.
How like tall are the feet?
They go back up, and you make out that it is a statue.
I feel like we're
Can we go
obsessing about
inside?
these feet too much.
Right, but well, like
Does it lead inside the mountain? Is it like a entryway, or is it just like a foot and like a statue?
So, as you are like walking up to these, the sun gets brighter. The clouds kind of evaporate as it becomes noon. These are two large statues facing each other, each holding a spear that are kind of crossing at the near the points. Both statues have a masked face. One statue is a completely happy face. The other one is a sad, and it's kind of like looking down with their hand out, as if to say stop. They stand about some sort of feet tall, 24 feet tall, around there. And there's a gate directly past them. This gate is completely pearl white with platinum studs set
Really
into
gay?
it.
I knew it. We're dead. Been dead the whole time.
What would you like to do?
is the gate open? I'm
It is
assuming it's not.
currently shut.
I'd like to open that gate.
How big is this
That sounds
gate?
like a great idea.
Gate is
think we should
about
open the gate.
30 feet tall.
So
Like-
I can't
Sweet.
use.
Wait. You said it was. How'd you describe the gate?
Pearly white with platinum studs set into it.
I want to cast detect magic on that.
It is magical.
Ah, I knew it.
So me casting what is this? Oh my gosh, help me. Thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy.
Yes.
Thaumaturgy.
Yes. So casting that would not open it.
Probably.
It depends.
Try.
It honestly depends.
Sure, let's try. Let's see
So-
what happens.
It like rattles, does not open.
Okay.
What type of
I-
magic does the gate give off? Because detect magic would let Zark know that.
I was gonna look at what the spell is.
We've been informed that this is magic, right?
It is magic.
Or-
Yeah, but like in character.
Yes.
Why do I keep getting muted?
Oh.
Hey guys,
Did
it's
you-
magic.
Let's go.
Yeah, well,
I kept trying to
It
say
would
it, but
be.
I'm like, why am I muted?
great bloody gate like that. I'd be surprised if it wasn't magic.
It's very nice looking. Perhaps a curse of
Yeah.
binding is
It is
inflicted.
abjuration. Abjuration.
Any visible sign of a way of announcing our presence, like I don't know, some kind of bell, a knocker?
Hey!
You know.
Maybe a
Wait,
levy.
what's the masked man doing?
What?
That person's gone.
Mhm.
Ah,
But his
let's
mask,
see.
does his mask look similar to the happy and sad statues?
They had half of each, as you saw.
Do you think I could, and hear me out, do you guys think I could Misty Step past the gate?
I mean, it's the
I
only one way to
there's
find
a
out.
On the other
It's just
side.
a gate. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
You could try.
Yeah, and then if I get attacked, I mean, I should be able to get back. So.
Okay.
You
I would
you said abjuration, correct?
Yep.
I believe there might be a danger to trying to teleport to the other side. Maybe something explosive. I don't know. But you can try.
What if I suffocate? Now I'm nervous.
I have an idea.
Stuck inside the gate.
Let's hear the idea before I suicide.
All right, very simple
Oh.
idea. So there's
Suicide's
abjuration magic on the
badass.
gate. One could assume that magic is sealing the gate closed, but we haven't considered the possibility of destroying the gate or putting a hole through it. I suggest fire.
but it's so pretty.
It is pretty, but we also have.
Wait, do we have a? Is that a
We know.
Delos expert?
No, I feel like I said something about doing that at a gate earlier, and other people pointed out the fact that somebody made that gate and might not be happy with us breaking it.
I think we have a track record.
I don't
of
see
meeting,
anybody here, so
giant societies that weren't very happy with us coming through their space.
And might I?
So far, every giants we've met have not been very welcoming. I doubt
I'd like
they'll
to-
be any different.
I would like to
might I
knock on the
say
gate.
Whatever
Okay.
this gate was
So
created
as you
for.
are,
is over
as
here.
you
There's
all
three-
are debating of how to proceed, Ember just like casually walks up with his hands tucked behind his back and reaches one hand out and knocks. With a loud groan, the gate begins to swing inward down the
Well, that was
middle.
easy. That was very easy.
Standing on the other side are three 20+ foot tall figures. All three are wearing masks of varying emotions. One is stern, one is angry, one is happy. And that is where we're going to
I
take our
want to talk to the
mid-session
happy
break.
guy.
That is where we're going to take our mid-session break.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We will see everybody soon to see what the next chapter holds as they just walked up with their three hippogriffs and everybody. So stick around. It's going to be fun. We'll see you all soon. Once again, we're going to go get some more drinks, snacks, food, whatever we need to do for this. And we'll be back. Bye. See you soon.
Bye.
Yeah.
See you
Yeah.
soon.
See you
Yeah.
soon. See you soon, guys.
Bye. See you soon.
Wow.
And welcome back, everyone. So,
3.
where we last
3.
left off, I swear to God, there will be a giraffe going up your asshole in about 5 seconds. You don't stop.
Don't make me turn this campaign around.
So, where we last left off, the pearly white gates opened up, showing three 24-foot tall giants. The one in the center had a face of a neutral expression. The one on the left had a face of a happy expression. And the one on the right had a face of a sad expression. Now, all of these masks, compared to the one who's been following you around, they are made out of gold, silver, gemstones, and they're very ornate. The one in the center takes off their mask to show a powder blue skinned face with purple hair and a wide smile. They are wearing a toga, a white toga with a cloak that is also purple, matching their hair color.
Toga.
And
It's a toga party.
he bows, and he's back up and like looking down at you all. He's like, "Welcome to my home."
God?
Thank you for welcoming us.
We're sorry about the
Alright.
door.
This is an
Oh.
What? I thought we just knocked on it. What are you talking about?
Well, I did think we blew a hole through it.
Yes, admittingly, we were going to attempt to harm.
That was considered, but Ember just knocked and they opened a door.
I guess I missed that part.
He raises his,
So we
his
don't
hand,
apologize.
signaling for you all to stop. You have all done well to pass your trials set by the All-Father.
The what now?
Oh, good.
yeah. I'm glad.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lord Bylor. I am the ruler of the lands to past this point. Please, follow. Immediately turns around and the two other giants follow.
What type of giant is he? Storm giant?
Make a
Stone?
nature check.
Seven.
They're not fire giants and they're not hill giants.
We do know hierarchy of the giants, so we know this is past the frost giant.
Yeah, so the
That's the hill
ordering
giant.
goes Storm, Cloud, Frost, Stone, Fire, Hill, I think. I can get you your exact answer here in a sec. Anyway, what do you all do in the meantime while I am frantically searching? So it goes Storm, Cloud, Frost, Stone, Fire, Hill. Oh, I was right. I think Tyler froze. Wah, wah.
Yep.
Anybody else? Anybody else want to throw out an idea of what you're going to do?
Yeah,
follow
well,
him
he's
first.
inviting us to follow. We're following.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
following. Okay. So, you all begin to follow, and as you're going, following, it's an incline. They're walking rather slow for you all to keep up. And as you reach the end of this incline and it flats out, what you see is a massive courtyard with marble white buildings laid out in like a square. There is a fountain in the center that is carved and shows a very it's beautiful works, and it shifts and moves as well, almost as if the stone has come alive. To the very far center, on the opposite side of this courtyard, there is a large marble building that's very regal looking, gold leaf. And there's just not many, but a few of these giants having skin tones of purple, blue, hair the same. There's a few with like a lime green colored hair as well, just in the mix. All extravagantly dressed, all of them wearing a lot of precious materials, gemstones, metals, jewelry, large earrings. Yeah.
Okay, sorry I missed a couple of minutes.
You guys walked up into a big giant courtyard, and
Okay.
they all look rich. Like you just went from the Bronx to Soho.
Yup.
Who?
Nothing. So, Adjusters, this is the home of my kind. There's a few of us left, but it is home.
Your welcome is most gracious and a little surprising. We haven't been very well received up until this point. Mostly we've been intruders.
All of those following the trial are welcome, but don't worry, we're not like our brethren. We will keep you safe. You notice that like past the palace, there isn't even more part of the mountain. This seems to be like a even like a tiered cake where the second tier has kind of been cut, and then there's just like this cut into it, and then it's flat out. So it seems to have been built on top of a cut out, sliced out portion of this mountain. So there's a taller peak back and up. But since you're above the clouds now, what you see is this large white temple, very, very far in the distance. I would say well over 1,000 feet up and out.
Okay.
Well, have no fear, for your troubles are over once you've reached that gate. We will keep you all perfectly safe.
Would I be right in thinking our trials are indeed over? Or is there yet more to this challenge?
While you pass through the gate of my home, do you think that you are still being challenged?
Can I,
I don't
can I try
know.
to see if he's lying?
Make
Maybe.
an insight.
Yeah.
Mayhaps.
No. Something I'd like to know as well is there anything hanging on his words like he's waiting or something?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not good.
That is not the right music. That is not the tone I'm setting. What did you say?
13 on my insight check. Okay.
13?
I rolled
Uh,
3.
3? Okay.
Passive inside of 18. Yeah.
He's telling the truth as far as you can tell.
Good enough for me.
I'm sure you have all met my daughter already, for she has been the one who is guiding you on this quest. And at this point, you see the same masked figure, but this one is about the same height as Lord Bylor. So she has changed in size and shape. Same hair, very large crescent moon earrings. Still wearing the mask, and she just bows very low. Bow.
Yeah, I was about to say, I also returned the bow.
She is
I'm sure.
a seer to the oracle. She guides, so she's taken an oath of silence by having her own vocal cords snipped. So.
Oh.
That seems unpleasant.
Imagine that would have made it difficult to report on our movements.
So he says she will be joining us later. Have no worries. And it's at this point a pink-haired, about the size, about 10 feet tall, giant comes skipping up, but it like makes the ground shake as it does so. Very young looking. Goes, Daddy, are these our new friends? Also wearing a robe and very nice looking. Their ears are both pierced. They have this like crazy looking, ratty looking pink hair, medium length, And yeah, kind of just looking at you all excitingly.
How tall is she again?
About 10 feet tall.
Oh,
Nice.
tall. Did not expect to meet a family of giants here today.
In the land of the giants, you didn't expect to meet giants.
Well, I didn't expect to get so friendly with them, I should say.
This
You know, they're
is
pretty hostile around here.
Lanaya. She is my daughter.
You say
Oh.
Naya?
Lanaya.
Lanaya. Okay.
Lanaya. And he like goes, not now, dear. Your father and these kind new friends have much to discuss. But please, join me in my home. We will continue our talk over a nice meal. I'm sure you're all hungry. So please, follow me. And he kind of walks you through the courtyard. The grass is perfectly manicured. The trees seem to have almost been shaped of what an ideal tree shape would be. The no branches out of place, and there's no knots on the trunks. There's just, perfectly everything seems to be in place where it should be, directly as it should be. You go to the steps, and the steps are about 4 feet tall each step, so it is quite the size difference, and you all have to like kind of clamber up. And as he's like turning around, he is noticing your struggle. He goes, "Oh, do you mind if we give you a hand?"
I will not
No
object.
need.
This is tiring.
I'm just gonna cast like levitate one of my levitation spells on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, levitate. I'll cast levitate on myself.
Okay. So, are any of you needing help from them?
I will.
Yeah,
I'll
take
accept
it.
So
help,
they kind
yes.
of like the three of them reach down their very large hands and allow you to clamber on. They kind of like lift you up. They're just like walking you like you would a candle through a manor in the 1600s, up these steps. And eventually, as they get to the end, they set you back down, and you're first brought into the foyer, which is this floor is inlaid with jewels with a variety of patterns and colors, showing a pattern of a battle between the giantkin and the dragons that you saw on the gate when you first entered. There are tapestries hanging around this circular chamber, each tapestry in an alcove, showing various giant figures as well of different backgrounds. So you see one that is a hill giant, one that is a fire giant, one of these giants. He goes, oh, please don't mind the mess. We're not expecting guests so soon. And then he continues on into a hall where there is a table set up, and on top of that table is a small table for you guys. He goes, please, have a seat. And some servants come up to assist you with your seating. They sit you down. So, what would you like to do?
Take a seat.
Yeah, I'll have a seat.
Okay.
I'd like
Yeah.
to sip, but I don't know if I'll eat. I don't know if I can eat here.
Adric's going to eagerly sit down. He's ready to eat.
Okay.
I guess I'll
Forgive
take
our-
a seat.
Question.
Forgive our impertinence. We have been warned not to accept food while in this place. We mean no disrespect, and we appreciate your hospitality, but we will accept what we can.
I see. Very well. You may choose to not eat if that is what you wish. But please do not blame me for divulging to my own hunger. So, I assume that you have come to the land of the giants for some sort of purpose?
That's
Yes.
And what would that purpose be?
We are seeking Mount.
what?
We're seeking the oracles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The guidance of the oracle.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, he is.
And for the rest of you, please tell me your story.
Well, looks back at Ember, like it's good. We need to meet the Oracle to reforge this blade that we found the hilt of.
Very well.
We need the oracle for that? Just
I'm
out
pretty
of
sure.
character.
I remember hearing that we needed the Oracle for it.
Okay.
So you wish to speak to the oracle of the Allfather.
I assume so.
Interesting. And which path did you take on to arrive here?
Through the mountains.
Through the fire giant lands.
So you've met the so-called King Ignis.
Yes. Unfortunate.
He tried to kill us.
He's a hot-tempered one. Pardon the pun. But it would be interesting for you to know that he has absolutely no status here. Even the lowliest of my servants are above his kind.
Interesting.
I wish him the best in his endeavors, of course. So, you wish to have this blade reforged, and to what end?
What was that?
He's asking, why do you want the blade to be reforged?
As a gift to the Summer Queen for assistance in saving some children's lives.
And these children are of particular importance to you?
They are, yes. They were abducted from where we came from. The material
son
came.
is one of them, so they are quite important. Yes.
I see.
And my dad is probably among them too.
Possibly.
Interesting. Well, we should wait until the morning when the path is clear to the oracle, and you can proceed there. Then, but for now, please feel free to walk the grounds, enjoy yourselves, rest. For your journey is not over quite yet, from what you're telling me. At this point, another of these giants comes in and like whispers in his ear, and he goes, "Very well. If you excuse me, there's a matter of importance I must attend to. Please, anywhere in the grounds outside of my home, you're welcome to explore. And then once you are done and ready to rest for the night, you may, of course, come back here and we'll bring you to your rooms. I recommend the hippogriffs next time you need to descend the stairs.
Yes. Maybe wiser.
Excuse me." And he puts back on his mask and he leaves.
So, Professor, I'm wondering if they're gonna give me that fancy item back.
Maybe we should ask.
That might be smart.
I don't know about you
Perhaps
guys.
they.
I would like to look around.
Yeah, this place is nice. I will also partake in the looking around.
And while I'm looking around, not only admiring the scenery, I just like to look around for some nice artifacts, some loose jewels, the works, just casually, nothing,
Just
to-
casually casing the joint.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
just looking around.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 19.
So you're looking around. There are the gemstones are pretty well set. The smallest one being about the size of your fist. But you do manage to, as you're kind of walking back into this hall, there is one stone that is a brilliant white color that you're going to be a diamond. About take your two hands, put them together. It's about that size.
Yeah, give me that. I'm gonna pick that up and put that in my backpack. Yoink.
Okay. It weighs about 30 pounds.
Yoink.
Oh my gosh. We still have the bag of holding though, right?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna put it in that.
Okay.
Boom.
So eventually you guys come to the steps. What would you like to do?
Do we have a bag of holding?
You do. You got one from Xenodon's lair.
The loot. Yeah. The troll dungeon. Or with the beholder.
Don't worry,
So-
you were a statue.
So are hippogriffs? They're with us?
Yeah, they've been around with you
Okay.
guys this whole time.
Been chilling on the table? I see.
Well, I suppose we made it. Bit of a relief.
Yeah, but this is
I
just
honestly
one
expected.
step.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose it's about to get more complicated somehow.
It always gets more complicated.
Do we still plan on going after the flower after this?
That was just another. Wait. That was just another choice, wasn't it?
I thought so. I thought it was just another choice. But I don't know.
That's down. That's down way the opposite direction from where we're going now.
Do you have faith in this sword that you plan to reforge as an adequate gift?
Well, if it takes this much of a hassle, I really hope so.
What does it do?
I kind of forgot. Maybe the professor remembers.
It's a sword made of radiant light. It has special magical properties, but mainly it's used to slay fiends. Very powerful weapon.
No doubt. And you plan on presenting this as a gift?
Oh, what more appropriate gift to the summer queen, right? Than a sunblade.
Perhaps. If she's interested in that sort of thing. Summer Queen seems like someone who'd favor life over killing. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
She sounds like a very nice individual.
Out of character, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Lord Acorn say that she would like that as a gift? and he's like her brother, so he should know.
He would know. I'm just speculating. All right.
So, what's there for us little people to do in this giant area?
Yeah, I just see perfectly manicured lawns and perfectly looking trees.
So, as you're kind of exploring the grounds, go ahead and make a investigation check there, Amber.
Give me a minute. Can somebody roll it for me? Actually, my internet's being very dumb at the moment.
So, in total, you've only seen about
I could do investigation.
10 of these giants. You have not seen any others. So yeah, 15. There is a pen way off to the side near the edge of the mountain of these red cows. That are large. These are very large cows, about 3 times the size of your normal cow. There are, giant pumpkins and other vegetation. There seems to be some sort of workshop. Another building where you haven't gone into, but it's off to the left of the courtyard from entering it, where there's a staircase and it has these pillars and braziers. Doesn't seem to be religious, but it seems to be some other building for some sort of purpose. But yeah, a lot going on.
I would like to go check out the workshop, please.
Me too.
All right. So
I guess in that case, I'll follow.
An hour of walking, you all managed to move about 20 steps of the giant, and go into this workshop where there are wood shavings the size of a canoe on the floor. There are tools, other things set up here. Just a general workshop. Doesn't seem to be of anything of too much extravagance. That makes sense.
Is anybody working in it?
There is one figure working. They are sitting at a bench with their back turned to you. Completely grayed skinned, bald. And they're wearing furs.
Okay. I'm just kind of curious about observing their technique.
Sharon, you recognize this to be a stone giant. Goes, you all need to leave my shop.
No, us craftsmen were just trying to get a peek at some superior technique. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I like making stuff. I was just curious how you if you have a favored style or anything like that.
So in his hands, you see that he is holding a woman. But then you look closer and see that it's actually made of stone, but it was so lifelike that you actually believe that he was holding a statue of a woman. I mean, sorry, not a statue, an actual woman. You actually thought he was holding an actual woman. It's actually a statue of a woman. See, I'm even confusing myself.
Sorry, I'll leave you to. Wait. Wow, is this your work?
Yes, it is.
I don't know if I've ever seen Equal craftsmanship for such a lifelike statue.
It's very impressive.
That it is.
Hair's all wrong, and he smashes it into the table and it completely shatters.
Oh,
You get the feeling that that
Going-
statue itself would have been well over worth 100,000 gold in the material plane.
A tear falls down Kel's cheek just seeing him destroy the.
No, I'm
gotta
not.
Just
wheeze
like-
a little bit.
Oof.
So your goal is perfection. That's a noble pursuit.
It's for the young mistress's menagerie.
Oh. So you've made other pieces?
Yes.
With technique like that, I'd assume.
Were they all human?
No.
Oh, so you can make animals?
Yes.
Hmm. Can we see them? I, for one, am curious to see them.
They're in the menagerie.
That should be our next stop, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. If I had any kind of money, I would ask if he had any materials we could maybe buy, but I don't.
I feel like the materials here are much too large for any of us to use.
It's probably true. Okay. I'd like to see the menagerie.
Which way would that be?
The menagerie's across the courtyard.
Let's get going then.
All right, let's head there.
Make haste.
We should probably fly there.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Wonder what Sarah's up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he ever reconnect with a?
Wait, he's
I don't think he did.
He's out there
I think
somewhere.
he's still out there. Yep.
No. Well, there's one thing that's for sure is that hippogriff that knows him very well. Wherever it took him, I'm sure it took him somewhere safe.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm assuming their bond is strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Sara killed that one. Well, yeah, he did kill that one giant.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he could do it again.
Knowing Sarah, he'll probably be just about lucky enough to run into us again when the time is right.
So
Hopefully.
You all are going over there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we're saying this as we go there.
Sure.
Heading over to the menagerie. Just
Okay.
checking it out.
So on your way there, you guys are run into Bylor once more. And he goes, just the ones I was looking for. Mr. Ember, may I borrow your ear for a moment?
You can speak with me.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So, I was wondering, in the mortal planes, are there any sort of writings regarding the old kingdom of my kin?
Is he talking about this thing that I happened to pick up and have with me?
If you've read it, it could be.
So, what specifically are you looking for?
You see, when I was being raised, my family would tell stories of these homes that our ancestors built on the very clouds themselves. It was very beautiful magic, and it has since then been lost to my kind. And since we have separated ourselves from the realm of you lot, we've since then not been able to access many resources of which matters. So I was hopeful, perhaps foolish in being so, that you would maybe have such details, but please do not allow me to keep you.
So other than, like this document that I've got that just talks about the giantkin withdrawing from society and clans disappearing and stuff, um, would I know anything else about um like these cloud cities or whatever he's talking about?
Um, Make a history check.
Yeah. Well, not good.
You just like you don't know how to speak giant, you don't know a lot about their history either. You know that at one point from the book that you currently have in your possession, that was a time in which giants were abundant in this world, in your world, not this one that you're currently in, but in your world, and now they're not. So, what you got.
Well, I can tell you that the the giant's retreat from the mortal plane was due to the dragons.
Right, right.
They hold on, let me see something real quick. It appears from this text that I have on my person that after the war with the dragons, the giantkin just decided to move away from civilization. There was no war to fight, and individual clans started breaking off and forming disputes with other humanoids, and uh, basically lost the purpose as a whole. And yeah, they not much is known, as far as I'm aware.
I see. Well, please proceed on to wherever you're dreaming. It's been a pleasure. So,
Okay, continue on to the menagerie.
okay. So it was the large building that you came to previously. That I said that it was not religious. You're kind of going up the steps. Are you using your hippogriffs?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go up the steps and you walk into this large corridor, and there are a series, basically one long hall that reaches to an open room, and there are these tables. To you, they're large. but there are other doors and everything. But in this main room, you see a series of tables. The tables have structures built, like miniature versions of the buildings on top of this mountain. Go ahead and make a perception check, one of you, with advantage.
Well, I can make it. Wait, that's
Pretty bad at perception. So
So Jack got a 14. So looking around, Jack, you're like looking at, you see that a lot of these statuette carvings that you've seen of people, humanoids, animals are on top of these tables, and you kind of hear and coming around the corner is that the pink-haired giant, that child that you said, and she goes, "No, you're not supposed to be here yet. It's not ready." And you kind of hear this like ting 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 sound. And you're like looking around at where as she's talking, she goes, "It's not ready yet. You can't be here."
what do you mean it's not ready yet?
And Jack, you still hear a ting 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 ting. The thing, it's not. You need to go. And Jack, you kind of look up, and then like one of these tabletops, you see a miniature house, and banging on the glass window of this house. You kind of look up, you kind of squint your eyes to get a. You see Sarah. He's like, she goes, "My playhouse isn't ready for you yet. Guards!" And you kind of hear these footsteps as these large giants kind of step into the room. Because Dad said that you can be my new dolls. And at this point, everyone, I'm going to need you to roll for initiative.
Oh God.
Yes.
Everybody's nobody's
Well-
lying to us.
At least we know where Sarah is now, right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, these giants enter into the room. They're all brandishing these large Morningstar clubs of varying hair colors. I couldn't let you guys go without a.
Where did you say Sarah was? Where's the ding ding ding
On a
ding?
table.
On a table. So I didn't have enough time to make a map, but he is like on a table here, just for your reference.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's about 30 feet away and really high up, like 20 feet, 30 feet up. So this isn't to scale. Regardless, he's like here, a very small house. So did we all roll initiative? I'm missing initiative for a few.
Alright.
Let's see.
I don't think I have a token.
Yeah, you do. It's
I
right,
do?
It's
Which
right here.
Oh, that one's me. Okay. And I didn't roll on my token, but I got a 19.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and add that for you. Alright, and now the Giants' initiative counts. Save. Does everybody have their characters on the board before we start
Mhm.
I
combat?
do.
Okay. All right, so top of the round, we
Get
have,
me!
we have Zark. Zark, the child ran away, say that she's gonna get her dad.
Okay.
It
Oh
is
boy.
now your turn. What would you like to do?
That's good
Okay.
though.
I'm gonna move in front of Jack here. And then aiming at these two right here, I'm gonna cast Conjure Barrage.
Okay, which two?
Green and orange over here.
Okay.
Okay. So dex save of 14.
All right. Their dex is +0. Both fail, so they both take 12 points of damage.
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, 12.
Alright. So, as their reaction, they are both going to use Misty Step. One here,
Uh-oh.
here. So yeah, they both get Misty Step. So you guys know that now.
Alright, good to know.
Okay. And okay, so
I believe that's all I
it is now the orange one's turn. He is going to take his Morning Star and swing it at you, Zark, twice.
Please don't.
The first
No.
one is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is going to be 22 points of piercing damage. And it
Ouch.
is going to swing again. That is going to be a 31 to hit. Yeah, you don't have to say it. That's going to be another 24 points of piercing damage.
Fuck. 46 points?
Oof.
Damn, already down to 38. Well,
Alright, it is now your turn there, Zim.
All right. I'm going to cast Blur on myself.
Okay.
If I could, I'd like to meta magic quicken it so that I still have my action.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure you can cast another spell, right?
Can you
Only
do
a cantrip.
You know, I knew what it was, but I couldn't get my. Okay. Then I will cast. I believe I can hit the closest one with the poison spray. Yeah, he's 5 feet away. Yes, I will use poison spray on him. Right here.
Okay.
And
That's
let me roll.
is that con save or?
That is I believe so. Yeah, con save throw. Trying to beat a DC of 16.
That is a 12.
All right.
Wow. Not surprising.
All right, so we're doing 2d12 here. 9 damage.
Okay. The green one.
Yeah, the green one.
All right.
And I end my turn.
Okay. It's now the red one's turn. You can move here. There it is. And he's gonna make a Morningstar attack against Kelvin.
Yeah.
That is gonna be a 24 to hit.
Yep.
All right. That is going to be 24 points of piercing damage. And then a 26 to hit.
Okay.
That is going to be 23 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay. It is now the green one's turn. It is going to use its Morningstar attack on Ember and Shada. Ember first. Ember, that's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, that's 24 points of piercing damage. And then Shada, that is going to be a natural 1, but it's going to be 13 to hit.
Yeah, that misses.
So as it swings at Ember, it strikes him right into the chest, and you see the blood begin to like soak through his perfectly white robe. But the other one swings out, and Shada, you managed to like duck out of the way as it slams into the marble floor, cracking it.
Nice shot.
And now it's Jack's turn.
Okay. Now, real quick, I know that there's kind of a lot that's not immediately visible in this map. Is there anywhere that I might be able to break line of sight? For instance, hiding under the table?
Sure.
Sure, okay, so as my action, I'm going to cast Armor of Shadows, because I neglected to do that before this fight. So, Armor of Shadows. And I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 under the table, and use my bonus action to hide, and that's my turn.
So as you run past it, it does have reach.
Oh, it's, okay. Which one? This one?
The orange one, yep.
Okay, cool.
It has
Go
10
ahead.
feet of reach. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
That is going to be 24 points of piercing damage as it strikes you in the back as it you run past it.
Cool, uncanny dodge.
So
Cool,
go ahead and finish your turn. Bonus action, hide. What's left?
Yes, bonus action hide, that's it. And I've used up my movement and my bonus action. So shall I do a stealth check, or?
Yes.
Okay, cool. $19.
All right. Next up is
cool.
Calvin.
Okay.
Ember's on deck.
Okay. So I'm gonna run around to this side of the giant, and I'm gonna cast Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Okay.
There's a 30-foot line, so I should be able to hit
Okay.
both of these guys. It's a Dex save, DC 17.
They both get a +0. So first one, that's a 6. 9. They both fail.
Okay, so each turn they will take 6d4 acid damage unless they use their action to wipe it off.
Okay.
And bonus action, I will do my I'll have my armor glow and I'll get my 10 temporary hit points.
Okay. So it is now Ember's turn.
Yeah, I'm casting Wall of Fire. I'm trying to make it so it'll go like around our party. Yeah, like that. So heat side facing out. So the three of them that are near me or near us, they're gonna have to make a Dex saving throw.
Okay.
Now and every
Which we already
turn
know is
that
0, so
yeah, now and every turn that they are there, they have to make a Dex saving throw.
They all fail.
Okay, and 27 fire damage.
Okay.
actually. I need to see something quick. Did I do?
Ellis, you're on deck.
Oh, sorry. They take another 5 damage on top of that.
Okay.
I didn't make it an empowered evocation when I got my newest level, but that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. So Ellis, it's now your turn.
Right. I would like to use Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm curious to know, it says here at the higher levels, the temporary hit points and the cold damage increase by 5 for each slot. So if I casted that at the 5th level, I would get that extra, right? The extra bonuses.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
The answer is yes.
Okay. Then that's what I'll do.
So, if something hits you, you get 25 extra bonus hit points, and they take 25 points of damage until your temporary hit points runs out. Right? I'm sorry, they take 5 cold damage. No, it's 25 per hit. Cool. All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This one's gonna charge up about there. It's going to make a swing at Elif. Elif, that is going to be a 14 to hit.
Does he get hurt by the, or does it have to deal with the firewall?
If it hits, Elif. It hits. So.
I did not realize I was muted. Sorry. Anyway, it hits me, and I would also like to cast the Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, go ahead. You
Okay.
are going to take 23 points of piercing damage. It's going to take 25 points of cold damage, and then it needs to make a dex save. That is a 16. So go ahead and roll your Hellish Rebuke.
What about Ember's firewall?
Oh, it's a dex 16 save. So.
Oh, so we're still roll. It takes half.
Okay,
and then it needs to make a dex save for Ember's Firewall. That is a 15, Ember.
That does not make it. It will take. 32 fire damage.
Okay. Did you roll your Hellish Rebuke there, Elif?
Yeah, I got an 18, so it'd only do 9, right?
Correct. Alright. Shada, it is now your turn with Zark on deck at the top of the round.
Alright, so Shada is going to cast Shatter between the two, between the orange and green one. Like,
Okay.
about, like, in the back so that it doesn't hit anybody in the party. And, let me roll that. Con save.
Oh yeah, so you're talking to me. Okay. They get +6 to their con, so 14 and 19.
Okay, they both succeed, so they take half.
So that is 8 points each.
Yes. And would like to action search
Okay.
and make a couple of attacks at the blue one right here.
Okay.
Okay. 25 to hit,
Hits.
9 damage, and
Okay.
then 17 to hit
Hits.
for 11.
All right. Is that your turn?
And yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Top of the round. Zark, as you're running to your attack, two figures burst into the front door. The one is the masked figure. The other one is Lord Bylor, and he yells, "Stop! Stop this right once!"
Oh boy.
Immediately, all four guards back up. Do you guys take any additional action?
Um,
Going to leave the wall of fire up. What's this about being your daughter's plaything?
So if we're gonna talk, we're gonna step out of combat for a moment.
I'm going to just silently approach this one and just be ready to attack you at the first sign of aggression. No, that's all I'll do.
I
Yeah.
swear. You
I'm
are
good. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself though, at the 3rd level.
Okay. I swear you are all guests in my home as trial goes. I promise my daughter no such thing. She is a spoiled brat, and she thinks that she can just get whatever she wants.
Our
She
friend
does have her-
appears to be trapped up there.
What
Yeah.
friend?
Sorry.
Can I get a read on him while he's talking to us?
Make an insight check.
Okay, and I'm gonna use my flash of inspiration on this. So add 5. I got a 14.
Seems to be telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that your friend was in my daughter's possession. I will free him at once. And he like snaps to one of the guards and he goes, and if as reparations, if you so choose, I will gladly take the lives of these 4 for violating the rules of the All-Father and the Child. No harm will come to you during or after your trial.
I'm sure that won't be necessary. They were acting under the orders of your daughter.
So would you rather me take her life then?
Not
What?
at all.
Holy cow.
Not
That took a turn.
I'm sure.
I wanna detect thoughts on him as he says that.
I mean, his thoughts are he'll do it.
Oh my god.
All right. I'm not gonna probe any.
Again.
I'm not gonna probe any further. No, there's no need. There's no need to do that, and I'll drop the wall of fire.
Prove it.
I personally don't believe that foolishness of a child should be grounds for execution.
At
You
this
can speak
point,
for yourself. You
Sarah
obviously haven't
is-
met kids.
At this point, Sarah is out of the house, and he's like, put down on the ground, and he's like, flips his hair, like his bangs back onto the top of his hair. She goes, "You would not believe the things that she dressed me in."
Oh, I can imagine.
I was gonna say he was gagged to make it, easier.
You probably would have had to then.
Anyway, guys, what's up?
Where's
Instead
your
of
griffin? Or your hippogriff, I mean.
The hippogriff is also let out of the enclosure.
Okay.
instead of taking anybody's life, could we get the artifact that we crafted with the fire giants? Could that be given into our possession?
He looks to the silent one, and she just shakes her head no. It seems that the rules forbid that the artifact go.
I see.
Permanently?
we'll see with time. But for now, it does not wish to be with you either.
Denton. Come on, Denton.
I think it is best if we would take you to the peak now.
Yeah,
Maybe that would be best.
that sounds good on my end. Shadow looks back to the rest of the squad.
So perhaps you all should board your mounts and proceed. Me. His hands are up like he's like trying desperately to de-escalate the situation. As well as some other.
Not have to kill his daughter.
Once you are done meeting with the Oracle, speak with me. We can work something out.
I'll hold you to that.
So he turns and begins to leave.
Let's follow.
Okay.
Yep.
So he takes you out of the menagerie and to the towards the palace, but then goes off to the left and around to the side. And at the back left corner of this palace, there is a staircase with arches every 50 feet or so. Staircase is marble, smooth, spotless, and it goes up and around the back.
Do we have enough room on the hippogriffs?
So right now there's Elith, her broom, and then 3 hippogriffs. So someone can ride with Elith.
Should cover 8 people.
Right. You should be fine.
Question, is Sara with us right now? Was he freed?
Yeah, he's with
Okay, so
he's with the hippogriff.
sorry. I shouldn't need to carry him then.
Correct.
But someone else, because there's 8 of us, right? Or how many?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Somebody needs to go with Elif. I'll hop on with Shada.
Everyone can ride hippogriffs, and Elith can ride by herself as well.
Wouldn't that make working?
So it would be
2 people per hippogriff.
Yeah, Shada, Shada and you, then Sara and Jack, and then Sara and Kelvin, and then Jack and Zen, and Elf by herself.
Zar can go fuck himself.
Oh, Zar
I guess so.
too.
Let's go.
So Zar could be with Elith. Fine. So you all kind of like board your mounts, and as you begin to climb the stairs, it once like you begin to feel a cold breeze, and then the wind gets more violent or strong, and it begins to once again storm with flashes of lightning. So
Lemonade Renters Insurance.
Yeah, so as you all are climbing this mountain, it the storm becomes more violent and it continues to rain. So what would you like to do?
This isn't really ideal.
No, but I suspect this is likely to happen regardless.
Fuck it. Send it.
Lord by lore, could you give us some information about these storms? They don't seem natural.
These storms are at the will of the Oracle.
Ah, I see.
Perhaps he has given you one final trial.
Well, I guess that answers that question.
Huh. Well, there we go. He probably saw to it that the hippogriffs were there where we needed them. If you think about it, they were taking shelter.
Given the behavior of the Oracle, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Well, shall we see what this potential trial may be about then?
Yes, I think so.
All right. So as you all ascend these stairs, or fly up these stairs rather, the storm is getting increasingly large. So you need to pay attention to these numbers and remember them. Number 1 is going to be Jack. Number 2 is Sarah. 3 is Shada. 4 is Elith. And then there was their prospective writing partners as well. All right, so did we get all that?
Yep.
1 is
All right.
Jack. 2 is Sarah. 3 is Shada. And 4 is Elith. Okay. So, I need Shada. I need your hippogriff to make a dex save.
All right. 2 seconds. Let me pull out the stat block.
Sure.
It's +1, I think.
It's just +1.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just roll a d20 then. Add 1. It's 12.
12. All right. So there is a crack of thunder and lightning as a bolt comes flying towards you and your mount and your riding partner. So that would be Ember. So you are going to take 4 points of lightning damage.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right.
All right. And then let's do another one. That is going to be Jack. I need your mount to make a dex save.
Sure. Here it comes. 15.
Okay. So that is a success.
Ooh.
That is going to be 6 points of lightning damage that you would take.
Oh. Okay.
And then the last one, they get stronger as you go.
Boy.
I need Elith to make a dex save.
Would Zark also have to do that since he's on the broom?
He's
It's
on the
more
big, the one who's driving it.
Yeah, I got a 3.
You drive the boat.
A 3? Alright, so the two
A
of you
3.
are going to take 24 points of lightning damage.
Fuck.
Alright, now as you continue to climb, the storm begins to rage even more. Oop, that is cocked. Alright, I need, I'll do it for them. Sarah's hippogriff to make a strength save. Shada, what is the hippogriff's strength modifier?
It is +3.
So a 10. Alright.
I'm gonna add a
That one.
5 to that flash of genius.
Okay. So because the hippogriff's struggling in the winds, they like pushing it to the side, almost slams it into the mountain. But then through Elwin's assistance, it managed to erect itself and once again struggling but flying against the wind overall. You continue to climb, and as you all look ahead, there is a swirling whirlwind of air that is flying towards you at a rapid pace. So,
Whirling whirlwind of air.
yes. Use your imagination as to what that is. So,
Got it.
I need all of you, all of the drivers, to make either a dex save or a strength save, depending on how you want to try to fight this. You want to avoid it, or do you want to fight the
lightning.
I got a 19 dex save.
Which stats are we using? Our hippogriffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
if the,
Well, in that case,
if the passengers want to try anything to help their drivers,
that's a 22 on a strength save.
okay.
Yeah.
Is Shada trying to muscle through it, or is he trying to dodge it?
I tried to muscle through it, and I clicked it, but it sent only to the GM.
He got a 19. And then...
Yeah.
Right. So, as this tornado comes rushing towards all of you, just in the air, you all manage, whether by dodging it or fighting through it, steer your hippogriffs and use the momentum to your advantage to kind of like slingshot your way around it. And with that, you all successfully, to my disappointment, successfully dodged the tornado.
Why the fuck do I keep getting muted? What the fuck?
All right, so with that, you reach at last the peak. There is.
You wouldn't happen to have mute hotkey, like bound to a hotkey that you're pressing.
Nope.
I believe that more than, just randomly muting.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I just realized. Yeah, nope, I'm dumb. Anyway. Yeah, I just realized.
So, as you reach the top of the storm ends, there is now
I gotta head that way.
At the peak, there is swirling pieces of ruin kind of orbiting around this island. The peak of the mountain itself is not attached to the mountain, it is above it. The top of the staircase is a detached piece of land. The land is attached to the staircase, but immediately past that are these footstones that are levitating as well in the air across
Much better
to this this floating piece of land that has this temple with these blue white flames and the braziers lining the walkway. All around you there is the sound of lightning that is flashing and then expanding the air, causing the thunder to roar almost immediately after. But it's around you and you're within the eye of this storm. With swirling.
I'm gonna cast mage armor.
Okay. The clouds kind of like really quickly swirling around you as well. But it's gives you a fair like 500 distance diameter away from you. So you have these stepstones laid out before you. Do you cross them? Do you fly over them? Because I will say that you all landed at the top of the staircase.
I'll probably fly over them, just not wanting to be separated from the hippogriffs, or leave them behind.
Again.
That makes sense.
Okay. Gotta make a perception check, Jack. As you go first.
Sure. That's a 5. It's a natural 1.
So you don't see much. You don't notice much, but you just keep flying.
Okay.
I was gonna give you some details, but we just can't look at things, can we, today?
These things. Yeah.
What happened to me?
Anyway,
Stuff and things.
When I check.
You eventually all make your way across, and your hippogriffs immediately, as soon as you get across these footstones, dive and land, and they will not go past these two pillars that line the walkway at the start of the braziers.
All right, that's odd. Might as well get off then.
Vegetation and dry off and like warm up the hippogriffs.
Just
Okay.
clarifying, the rest of us were also brought on the hippogriffs, right?
Right.
Not just the drillers.
You're right.
Okay. Yeah, I will touch ground then.
Okay.
And
Okay, you said there's braziers.
Yeah. So lining the two sides of the path are braziers with blue-white flames. They are blue at the center of it, and then white as it reaches the top. I'm sorry. Take those words. 69 them. White in the middle, blue around the sides.
Nice.
And then it leads up to this dark. This whole area is dark, like a summer storm in the middle of the day. There's a little bit of light, but it's. I saw that, Tyler. But it's dark. So are you moving forward?
I want to investigate the braziers before we go forward.
I think I'll be the first to kind of walk forward.
Go ahead
I
and
want to
make
look at the
a nature check.
an investigation check.
What were you doing, Zen?
I said I think I'll be the first to just walk blindedly forward.
Okay. So as you're looking at the braziers, it seems to be a mixture of the material that the brazier itself is made out of, along with the magical properties of Everlight, that give it this like blue color. So, yeah, you walk forward. Nothing seems to happen.
I'll follow behind.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Everyone, I believe the Oracle is before us here.
It would appear that way. Shada, do you have that hilt ready?
Of course I do.
Wonderful.
So you all move forward and you get to the steps. There are brass doors laid out before you, and as you walk up, they immediately swing open slowly. It's not a violent swing. Showing the interior of a dark room that is kind of walls are cloaked in blue light from the braziers. Do you move forward?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Zerg looks very concerned there.
Oh, sorry.
So you all move forward. At the far end of this room, sitting on a pedestal, cross-legged, is by far the tallest giant that you have seen at this point. Standing about 30 feet. You can summarize, but you can only see them from their torso because they have set up to show their true height. Long snow white hair. As you approach this, his eyes like open and crackling with lightning and energy. Think an older, longer bearded Zeus in a way with that vibe. Hair is being whipped about his face, up on the top of his head. Once again, Snow White, as if there is a storm like raging around him itself, but there is no wind. His armor is silver with the etchings and decorations of storms and the power, the force of that nature. His voice kind of echoes around you. Welcome. You have passed the trial. You are
Oh,
welcome in
good.
the home of the Allfather.
Well, it's about time.
Oh no.
Ooh,
Oh.
For one
Was,
so
quite-
frail and small, you certainly have a tone of disrespect.
It's a long trek.
What if you... Go ahead.
It was a long trek, Oracle. I'm just glad to have made it here in one piece.
What a few trials you, handed us.
I simply follow the rule of the Allfather. I am his conduit to carry out his will. Now, present your offering.
Do we
The
have an
hilt's not
offering?
Were
the
we
hilt's not
told
the
about an
offering,
offering?
right?
Shada, it's at this point that you feel a weight in your pocket that is a sudden change.
Alright, Shadow will reach in his pocket.
It is a rectangular piece of metal.
Ooh.
Does he pull it out?
Yeah, Shadow will take out the piece of metal. Oh boy, this thing. Okay. I guess this has to be it, right?
As he pulls it out, I want to cast Identify on it. I'm just gonna touch it, but I'm not gonna ritual cast it. I want to
Okay.
do quick cast Identify. So I want to know exactly what it does and stuff.
So the item known as Tamora's Avenger.
Ooh.
Once again, the one who is attuned to it receives the lucky feat. They are proficient in religion. It is considered a +1 of whichever form it takes, whether it is I believe I said a warhammer, a spear, or a shield. And the negative effects of it are whoever is attuned to it, if they go beyond 30 feet of this item, they are blind and deafened. And the reason for this is because that is a curse laid on it by Tamora herself for punishment for the one who would leave such a valuable item to her behind.
Yeah.
Or lose
Did you
it.
tell us this before?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not that.
As soon
last
as you
part.
started, yeah, as soon as you started telling me,
It's good to
I
have
was
a
like, oh yeah,
reminder.
yeah. Cool.
Wait just a moment, Shada. Isn't that the item you were describing that you'd lost?
I guess it is.
You're just
But-
going to offer it away now?
We have bigger things to worry about. I guess. I would like to keep it, but if it costs this, then you know.
Trial goers, present your offering.
Shadow
just
holds up the Tamora's Avenger.
Very well. There is a sound of thunder cracking into the distance as you lay your offering in this metal dish. In it with a flash of light, it disappears. The oracle looks at you all. You have done well. The Allfather is pleased. What requests do you have?
Shadow pulls out the hilt of Sunblade. We wish to reforge the blade of this sword.
Very well. He then looks at you, Zen. And you have come here on your own troubles, your own trials. What requests have you?
I came here simply looking for knowledge. I wish to know the location of my great-grandfather, for he is the origin to my draconic ancestry. I wish to learn more about him.
Very well. It's at this point the oracle's form shifts into a height comparable to yours.
Ooh.
He steps forward and he holds out his hand for the hilt to be placed into it. Shada.
I assume we give him the hilt.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry.
So as he turns around and he walks back up these stairs, his form shifting once again to match height. You notice as he holds this hilt, as he grows larger, so does his weapon. This hilt, it fits the form of him, and he lays it on the table. And as he reaches up, a hammer apparates into his hand. There is an opening in this temple that shows the sky above, and he reaches up with his other hand, and there's sunlight that is shining through at this point. There's suddenly a break in the clouds, and he grabs the actual rays of light itself as if they were a solid material and brings them down. And as he does so, he strikes at this table with his this hammer. Sparks are flying, and it just is a repetitive process. He grabs the light, swings the hammer down, it cracks, and soon he turns around and presents this blade. This blade was gifted to you by the power of the All-Father. Let its name reflect that power and give respect.
Of course.
He then turns to Zen.
Mm-hmm.
You wish to know more about your ancestry.
That is correct.
Your ancestors were once great enemies of my kind. I believe that one may have the answers that you are seeking. As at this point, he looks at Ember.
Ember.
I may have the answers, possibly. And I'll pull out the little tattered tome that I have.
In that tome, you will find the history of the Dragonkin, the great enemies of the children of the All-Father.
I see.
Your ancestor, the one who has granted you such natural and strong abilities, he fell long ago.
That's
His
unfortunate.
name, Lord Kargrath Wren.
Hey, wait, hold up.
I wish to meet him, but I don't know how now. It's unfortunate. I wanted him to teach me how I could possibly become stronger or become nearly as successful as he was.
Salkos.
Yeah.
Name Kargarath Ren. Ring any bells?
It does for me.
All right.
Not. In what context do you mean?
Familiar? Just a name?
Make a history check.
All right. Well, that's a 4.
No, it does not.
Hmm.
He
All right.
then looks at you all as a whole, and he claps his hands together, and as he brings his hands apart, there is a bolt of lightning that forms, and a javelin. As he brings his fingers in his right hand close into a fist, it forms into this javelin shape, and he throws it at the wall behind him. And between these two metal sconces, there's an archway that flashes blue, and now there's a swirling form of portal. On the other side of this portal is the image of a forest and a sleeping Luxodon with moss growing on his gray, scaly skin. Now you must go.
I fear our hippogriffs would be stuck here if we were to leave without them.
You will find them.
Oracle, I have but one more question.
Speak.
You have great wisdom and foresight, do you not?
I do.
All my life I've dedicated myself to finding the truth about my great-grandfather, but it seems to no avail. I won't be able to get any information from wherever he may be now. My pursuit of power and knowledge, where should I go next?
He looks at you with these very stern yet powerful eyes. It kind of like sends a shiver down your spine. Your path is different for the ones that you have traveled with. There is one place that you may go to further your knowledge and your ability.
Where may that be?
We will discuss following their departure.
I understand.
You will find your hippogriffs where you originated into this plane in the Orion Wood, under the care of the Earl of the Summer Court. Go now.
If I may, Oracle. I hand the tattered book to Zen. Your great-grandfather was a terrible, terrible, monstrous beast. Goodbye.
I'm guessing with that, you step into the portal?
Yep.
Like a dick. Alright, so, yeah, Ember steps into the portal. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh, hello.
I guess I'll follow.
His name is literally the Beast. That's his name.
Alright, so the rest of you
Kargarath
follow?
Ren, the Beast.
Alright, and you leave your travel companion behind and find yourselves once again in the Orion Wood in which you first entered the Feywild.
As soon as everybody gets back through, fuck. That dude, that giant, Lord Bylor, owes us a favor. We can cash in on it at a later point.
I'm sure we could figure out a way.
But we have a fancy new sword.
Yes.
We do.
For now.
I have to admit, I'm confused. I realize the other powers at play seem to have ideas for that other item that you gave up, but it also seems like that meant more than this sword does.
This sword is a bargaining chip. That sword, or that item, the Avenger that we gave up, we didn't even set out trying to make it the creation of it was meaningful. The item itself, maybe we'll see it again someday.
I thought that I would be seeing you all again.
Hi, Earl.
I have made some tea. I believe we have much to discuss. And that is where we're going to end our session for the evening. So, everyone, a lot happened. So, you know, we will not be seeing you next week. For this campaign, we will be doing our one shot with Midnight Jack here as our DM. We're looking forward to it. However, in the meantime, tomorrow we have our one shot hosted
That guy
by
over
me.
Wait, no. Over there. There we go.
Our one shot
Forgot,
hosted
everything's
by me.
backwards.
So be sure to check that out at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at the Prestige GC Twitch channel. You know, next week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the one shot with Jack. A night at the inn, if I got that correct. Right. So, a lot of exciting things happening. Don't forget to check out our merch store for our Roll with Pride collection for the Trevor Project. All proceeds are donated there. So, I would like to thank all of our role players for this session tonight. First and foremost, we have the beautiful and wonderful Elif Visago, our Tiefling Warlock.
Happy Wednesday! Have a good Wednesday night. Bye-bye.
We have Amber Alfraxius, our Fire Ganasai Wizard.
See you guys tomorrow. Super excited. I made a broken character.
Hooray!
32 AC! 32 AC!
Sar Arast, our Elven Bard, who will be joining us in 2 weeks once again. So, you know, always a good time with him. We have Shada Copperstone, our Tabaxi Fighter and Warlock.
I promise I'll treat Ballista better.
We have Kelwyn. Kelwyn, that's what I said, Kelwyn. Yeah, definitely Kelwyn. Our Elven Artificer.
Why do people keep calling me Denton? I don't get it.
This Denton guy.
Who is that?
This guy. All right.
Sounds like a really handsome guy.
I'm still jealous of the pizza you're eating the whole session, but whatever. We have
Yep.
Midnight Jack, our half-elven rogue and warlock, whose shadow is basically his spidey senses.
Thanks, Shadow.
Oh,
Keep shimmying.
that's cool.
Zarg Nacella, our human ranger.
You know, I don't know if y'all know this, but it is Wednesday, my dudes.
And then our elven draconic sorcery special guest for this session tonight, Zen. Thank you so much
I don't want y'all
for
looking at my messy table.
joining us tonight.
Oh yeah, I was just happy to be involved. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping.
Welcome to the crew.
Yeah, it was great. I'm hoping
It only gets worse from here.
do some more guest characters
I
later
don't
on in
know
the
why I
future.
brought
That'd
you
be
back,
awesome.
Zarg. That's stressful. So once
Nobody
again,
knows.
everybody, I am your Dungeon Master Salkos. Thank you so much for tuning in to our session tonight. We will see you tomorrow and next week for our special one-shots. Until then, keep rolling those natural 20s and have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye!
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.